What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome, guys, to episode 21 of the True Ballers FC show, ladies and gentlemen. We got a packed panel for you guys. Big up to every single one of you guys here. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to all the guys who are over here, man. But big up to the panelists. Big up to my guy, RSM. Big up to you. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, doing good. Good day of football, man. A lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Big up to my guy Steve every time. And listen, man, big up to Steve for becoming the first member on Omar BYT, man. Appreciate you for the love, man.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
First one,
bro. Listen, man. Yeah, listen, man. Appreciate you, man. Absolutely appreciate you for the support, man. But yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you every single time, man. Thanks for being here, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me. And yeah, just one more time, fuck LA Fitness Goretzka. That's all I just
We've already gotten started, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah,
listen,
man,
I don't even blame him, bro. I don't care.
Bro, don't worry, bro. Trust me. That's why I have two Bayern representatives. Speaking of Bayern Munich, there's my guy Zeer, man. What's going on, Zeer?
Not the best, but we move.
Yeah. But listen, man, big up to Hotspur K, my guy Jay, every single time in the building. How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here with the guys. You know, love talking football with the bros. Same Spurs, different day, I guess. You know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess.
Come on, hashtag road to 40 points. Hashtag sack my manager, please. You know, all of them things.
Hashtag road to 40.
Hashtag road to 40. 3 more points, boys. 3 more points. We're nearly there.
Oh my, yeah. Listen, man, progress, bro.
United there, United almost there too. 2 more points, United almost get there, man.
In all seriousness, I only wanted one thing from this season, and it was for Vinny to score a hat trick yesterday. But I'm sure we'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get.
Yeah, we not all of us were wishing for that, but hey, we move. But listen, man,
we move.
Listen, all the channels you guys see are all in discussion. I'm gonna pin this actually. Give me a second. Let me actually pin this in the comment in the channel. But yeah, man, listen, make sure you guys go subscribe to all the guys in here, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to every single one of them, bro. But listen, guys, it's been a lot of amazing football coming that's been up today, man. Like last 2 days, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, we're gonna get into yesterday's games, but I do want to talk about today, right? Obviously, Barca today we played against
Borussia
Dortmund. Truth be told, man. Like, listen, I wanted us to win. I wanted us to have an emphatic win and basically kill this tie at the first leg. And listen, man, we got it done. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Usually people are gonna be like, never say never. I'm sorry, man. It's gonna have to take an almighty bottle job of the century, bro, for us to screw this up. You understand what I'm saying, right? And great performance from the players today, keeping a clean sheet too, man. So and you know, you can never not say no to a clean sheet. And like I mentioned, man, great performance today. And with all the fixture games that are coming up for Barcelona and, you know, overplaying and the fatigue of these players, man, I'm just happy that we're able to get this done so that we can kind of rotate, you know, for the next 2 games. And, you know, just kind of take it easy for the next few games. But at the end of the day, man, great performance. I do want to ask you all, RSM, did you watch the Barca game?
I did. I mean, what a game. And I remember I had this conversation with you, Omar, and Jonas too. I think a couple months back when I said when you guys were complaining a bit about Lewandowski's form and him in the league, I said, listen, I understand. I think Lewandowski in the league, I think, you know, playing again and again in the league, maybe he's not at the age anymore, but when it comes to Champions League nights, when it comes to the big moments, give me Lewandowski. And he showed that throughout the season. He showed that in the Clásico. He showed that multiple times this season. When it's a big game, he's in there. He knows, bro. He is an out and out 9. He's had too much experience. He knows exactly where to be for the header. He knows exactly where to be to put the ball in the back of the net. And that's you can't put a price on that. You really can't, especially in those big moments. And the way that I would look at it is because I'm hearing a lot of comparisons recently between Barca and PSG. And when I look at PSG's game and I look at Barca's game, for me, one of the main differences is that Barca has Lewandowski, PSG do not. And you can see the way that they just move different because of that. The way that the goals are scored differently because they have Lewandowski on the pitch. I think it was a great game. Again, I think Rafinha showed a lot of effort. I think he really is gunning for the Ballon d'Or. I think that's safe to say. I mean, you do not, you know, run that fast back post to tap in a goal if you are not trying to get to a certain amount of GA to get the Ballon d'Or. That's all.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. He did Kupashi dirty, bro. God.
That brother stole that. He's shameless, bro.
Ah,
I can't believe. Yo, no, but you need to see with what pace he ran to that back post. He wanted
bro,
that
wait,
goal.
and you
man.
know, it almost got ruled out. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I almost crashed. I was like, bro, if this
No,
kid
me,
gets,
no,
it
I
gets
almost
ruled
said
out.
Rafinha could not be this shameless. He better not be outside. When they went to VR, I'm like, he better not be outside.
No, it was on. He was
Yeah,
clear.
but he was good. I think Yamal was excellent. I think he had a very good game. Per usual. I don't know what Dortmund were thinking, just letting him go 1v1 again and again and again. Like I sincerely, what were they expecting? He was just gonna cook every single time. But yeah, I think it was overall a good team game. Like you said, a clean sheet. I think that's important. Did minimized to the greatest extent possible any type of yellow cards, which I think is important, right? Because I think you don't want to start missing people for certain games. And like I said, I think this is the performance that needs to be had, so that the next leg you can rest people, right? You don't have to go as out. Don't do anything dumb like get a red card, anything, etc. like that. I think for me, this game just solidifies to me that I think Barca are the favorites. I think whoever comes out of the Barca Inter tie, I think whoever comes out of Barca Inter wins the whole thing, respectfully. Like shout out PSG, but I think that eventually not having that number 9 is going to kill them. And we saw it in that first half against Villa, bro. They were all over Villa, but they struggled to get the ball in the back of the net. And I mean, look at the goals that like the level of goal it took for them to to get past Villa. And this is with them having Disasi, who got cooked twice, but even then the goals and the finishes had to be amazing. I think that they are going to struggle when they face such an offensive power like Barca, who are going to put the ball in the back of the net more than you. If PSG and Barca try to go, goal for goal, PSG are getting fried, respectfully. And then with Inter, I think that PSG with Inter, I think that PSG are going to struggle. That backline for Inter, man, it is so solid.
It's the best left in the competition.
It's the best back line in world football.
Like, bro, I'm worried because they're coming for our record, low key. They're coming for our record of goals conceded in the Champions League, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried for it, but yeah, I think for me, like I said, whoever comes out of Barca Inter, for me, that's the winner. Like, that's low key the final in my eyes, because they're not two better teams in this competition right now. I think PSG have weaknesses. That's the big part for me. But yeah, Barca 10 out of 10 performance, exactly what's needed. Yeah, they move.
Yeah, we move. Steve, I think you're watching the PSG game, right? And
yeah,
what do you say about what do you
the highlights though?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about
it looked like Kobel in the first few minutes had to make like 3 terrific saves.
Yes,
he did.
He did. He was
probably Dortmund's own positive.
He was. This is why I rate him very highly. I keep talking about him because I think he's a good keeper.
He could have. It looked like he could have prevented about 3 or 4 like huge saves. Yeah, no, he's freaking phenomenal. He kept that from being embarrassing. But for sure. Yeah, Barca looked very, very good. Obviously, from highlights, it's gonna look great. But I think the only thing I noticed was from 30 minutes to 45, Dortmund were putting on some pressure. They had some. Guirassy had that stumble.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Guirassy was shit, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Guirassy sliced the sitter in the game. I think when they were 1-0 up.
Bro, don't get me started, bro. Brother, I was trying to hate watch and I couldn't enjoy it because of Guirassy alone, bro. That's right. I was hating
Guirassy spent more time fouling.
Bro, what were you expecting for Dortmund, man? Come on, even last season, bro. It was
bro. To be honest, I hate watching both of them, bro. I hate both clubs, but that's a different discussion.
You were really gonna win there.
Yeah, but bro, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what it is? Because at first I thought he was offside, but when I realized he was offside, I'm like, bro, you sliced that, bro, in front of goal.
He just missed.
Oh my days, yo! And I actually was talking about him because I think he actually was. He's one of those, like, I don't really know much about him, to be honest. I think when he was at Stuttgart, he was a gunman at Stuttgart.
Wait, right? Who?
Guirassy.
Oh, Guirassy. You know what it is with Guirassy? With Guirassy, Steve, I don't know what you think, but for me, with Guirassy, is like he's one of those guys that if you give him the ball, he should score. But the problem is like sometimes you have these moments with him in which he doesn't even like put enough effort to get to the ball, if that makes sense. And we saw it today as well. Like
he's not the most mobile.
He's not the most mobile. Yeah. So at times he's not gonna get the ball when the cross. Like for example, Diame made a cross today. He didn't get the ball. Gittins literally lobbed. I don't remember which defender it was. He lobbed one defender, bro, and literally man couldn't even receive the ball. That could have been a cushion that leads into a goal right there, and it's just like, bro.
Yeah, defensively, I don't. You know what it is, right? Even though we kept a clean sheet, I'll be honest, man. I don't think Dortmund really did enough going forward. I mean, I said Karim Adeyemi. I expected Karim Adeyemi to do more in the game, but he didn't. He was really quiet.
He was creating more than
I think Gittins. I think Gittins probably did more in that game for me than Adeyemi. Adeyemi would spend more time like committing fouls and getting caught.
Even then, though, I don't think
Julian Brandt are okay, in my opinion. I thought Julian Brandt was alright.
Julian Brandt was Julian
Brandt was alright. If you talk about creativity and all that, like he was. But the thing is with the game, though, I don't know if it's my turn to speak, but the thing is,
no, but by all means, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, but the thing is with me with that game, right? I noticed like Borussia Dortmund were having the ball in some phases of the game, and that's the worst move you can ever make going against Barcelona. But I remember when I was talking to you, Amar, I said that if there's one thing that I know Borussia Dortmund is usually like when you least expect it, they give you something, like maybe give you a game or something. I thought that they were gonna maybe like sit deep and then hit you on the break, but instead it was the opposite. You guys actually hit them on the break.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. You know what it is? And you guys know that, Zeer and Steve, right? Because you guys have seen it in Dortmund. With Dortmund, right? Defensively, they're not good. They can be got at. You understand what I'm saying, right, bro? We beat, like earlier this season when we were in our poor run in the league, right? We played them in the Champions League, and bro, we were having our way in this, and that was in the Signal Iduna Park, by the way, not even in our stadium, right? We were getting chances. We were getting good balls into the box, right? And they couldn't handle it, right? And even today, I'm not gonna lie, right? Rafinha, how many times was he giving the true pass into the box? How many times I'm like, yo, Rafinha, cross it, or Rafinha, pass it, or Rafinha, shoot. Bro, it's like these guys are just so confused. Like there was a point in the game when Yamal absolutely. Who was the defender he cooked, bro? Who was it?
Yamal was
Anton, bro. He literally like he just did like a Ronaldinho flick on him, right? Yeah. And then got into the box.
Anton. Anton.
And then you had Lewandowski in the middle, right? And then he shoots from that angle. I'm like, I like what you're doing, but brother, there was an option right there. Pass it. You understand what I'm saying? And with Lewandowski, I say it all the time. When it comes to Lewandowski, everything else in his game is finished. Everything else, right? He can't pass. He cannot run. He can't do a lot of those things. But what thing he's good at, and he's still going to be good at, is his finishing and his positioning, right? Because I've said it before. For me, I don't need Lewandowski to pass the ball, to be doing true passes and all of this. And I don't need you to do any of that. All I need you to do is just be in the box and be in the area when the ball gets there. You understand what I'm saying, right? When we pass you the ball, I expect you to be there and take the shot. Don't even take a touch, bro. Just look where the ball is. Just think of where you're gonna put it and just shoot. Because usually when he just shoots and without thinking, he usually scores. You understand what I'm saying? Even the goal today, the third goal, right? Fermin Lopez ball into the box. He didn't even he could have hesitated. He could have taken a touch and slowed the game down and shoot. But he just said, nah, screw that. I'm shooting this. And Kubel actually had a touch on it, but it was too powerful. And that's what I always say with Lewandowski. Just shoot. You understand what I'm saying? But Jay, did you watch any of the Champions League games today?
Yeah, I was doing a hate watch for the Villa game because fuck Villa. But you know what? I said at the start of the competition, that Inter were my favourites to win this, and I'm standing on business, bro. Although PSG are really good, what I'm saying, the young talent, I kind of have to respect what PSG have done. For a long time, everyone kind of accused them of being this artificial club or trying to build this super team, and they've gone the complete opposite way, and it is working. But like Steve said, and not having that, if you don't have a killer up front, someone that's one touch, bang, goal, it's gonna kill you, especially in these knockout competitions, because this isn't the league where you can kind of go 4 or 5 games without a striker, where maybe you're just makeshifting goals. But this is one goal is enough to kill the tie. Reality, one goal is genuinely enough to kill the tie. So when I was watching PSG versus Villa today, I didn't expect Villa to win. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a good evening for Unai Emery at all. I didn't expect Villa to win. However, I didn't expect them to go out like the way they went out. Still, it looked like from minute one, PSG came there to just slaughter them. It looked like Emery was just leading the lambs to the slaughter. And again, you can see this is what experience gets you, innit? Like, this is what experience gets you. Villa's lack of experience in the Champions League is coming back to bite them slowly, in my opinion. In regards to the Barcelona game, because I watched the highlights, one name, fam, Lamine Yamal, bro. That guy is cracked. He's not real. He's not real. Can you name another teenager on the planet that is doing what he's doing, bro?
No, there's none.
Messi wasn't doing what he was doing at his age, bro. Let's be real.
Like I've said it, you know what's funny? I remember a few weeks, like a few previous episodes ago, right? I did, and I'm gonna ask you guys because you guys were not actually the ones I asked, right? I'm gonna ask you guys this: have you seen a player of Yamal's age as good as Yamal at his age?
No, bro, no, never. I think he's the best teenager, bro. Like maybe you could argue Neymar. But Neymar was doing it.
Neymar would.
That's the thing. Neymar was doing it in Brazil.
I love Neymar because I remember Neymar at Santos. He was at Santos, bro. The guy was a sick player.
He was a joke of a footballer.
Yeah, I think for me, I would say when he was like late 18, 19 is when we really started to realize, this kid, bro, he's the real deal. With Yamal, bro, I mean, even Messi, right? Messi, when he was coming up at 17, everyone knew he had the talent. Everyone could see the talent. But even Messi wasn't, Barca were not depending on Messi like we were depending on Yamal. He wasn't standing out for Barcelona because Ronaldinho was there. Eto'o was there. All those guys were there, right? And so he was just the guy everyone was like, oh yeah, this kid, bro, he's going to be the next big thing. When
Ronaldinho was a key player.
That's my point.
The key player.
Exactly. Everything good that runs in this Barca team right now runs through him. And listen, I've seen a lot of Barca fans being worried because they're saying because Yamal around the end of the game he was telling them to take him off, right? And people are saying, well, it's because he's injured and he's feeling pain. Honestly, for me, I think if he was feeling something, he was probably feeling something he didn't like, and he was like, listen, I don't want to risk it because we have a lot more games to go and I want to play. You understand what I'm saying, right? So he just decided to take him out, and we're 4-0 up. So he's probably thinking, 4-0 up, I don't have to risk it, right? But I genuinely think that he was just exhausted because he played like 90 minutes in previous game and he was tired. And he just felt like, bro, we're 3-0, we're 4-0 up. Let's like, I want
what I've realized about him, yeah? He plays like he's 29 years old. Like, genuinely speaking, he plays like he's the coach. Like, he's the, if we've all played like grassroots football, we all had that coach that was low-key a baller. You know what I'm saying? He used to try to act like he didn't have the tech, but he was low-key a baller. Do you know what I mean? He plays like a coach, bro. Like, he doesn't need to be coached. And those are my favorite type of footballers, players with natural ability, bro. And I know I was speaking to someone the other day. Of course, it was an Arsenal fan, because what I'm about to say is stupid. He was saying, what if another club comes in and snipes him? Who's buying Yamal? Who has the funds to buy Yamal, to prize Yamal from Barcelona?
I guess mathematically
to be honest, Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah, man.
They do have the money, but
it's not even
the nationality is right there.
As well, innit? You have to think, why would he join?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Who has the right project no one. But he's made for Barca, and I think I might be going too far by saying this, and correct me if I'm going too far, but I genuinely think within 3 years, he's going to be one of Barcelona's greatest players of all time, bro. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, if I'm wrong, you can cook me. But
no. And here's the thing, right? Because I wouldn't say he would be one of our greatest players in the next 3 years. However, I think that he can be, obviously. I think definitely when he reaches his prime years and he's still running the way he's going, by the time he reaches his prime years, I'm not going to lie, because Messi has a lot of Barcelona's records. I think that Yamal will break some of them. I'm not thinking he's going to break most of the records, because those records are too insane for him to break, right? I don't think he can do it. However, I think that there are certain records that he could break. I can see him
the all-time appearances.
Yes, I think he can do that.
As well, man. He brings like silverware to your football club. I mean, I know you're Barcelona.
That's the thing. And we are in all three competitions. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, right? Because I feel like people have really been giving Rafinha a lot of credit, which he does deserve, right? Absolutely, right? But bro, in my heart, bro, do you guys think that if we win if he wins the treble this season, Neymar should be given and Yamal should be given the Ballon d'Or? Because if he wins the Ballon d'Or, he'll be the youngest.
Yes.
He'll be the youngest Ballon d'Or winner.
Bro.
It would depend on who does what in what game. If he is the man of the match, undisputed in the Copa del Rey final, and if he does that and scores the game-winning Champions League final goal or semi-final goals and balls out and all this stuff, then like yeah. But if Rafinha's the one scoring the goals, and it's like that's it depends. Who knows? Friggin'
I think that's the thing. I think stats wise,
Lewandowski has a bunch of goals.
I've said this before.
The thing,
popularity contest as well.
Wait, the thing is, Omar, I was about to say this is the thing, right? I think in terms of the league, I think Yamal has done more in the league than Rafinha. That's not to discount Rafinha's been doing, but I think a lot of Rafinha's goals have come down to really good Yamal assists. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's
top goal scorer in the Champions League as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think for me, it's gonna come down to the Copa del Rey, and it's going to come down to the rest of the Champions League. And whoever has the biggest moments at the end of that, I think that's who gets it. I'm agree with you. I think whoever has the biggest moments at the end of that.
No, that's the thing. For me, I think that's what it is, Steve.
I have a conspiracy theory. I think Lewandowski finally gets his Ballon d'Or.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that.
Listen, I don't mind.
I wouldn't mind that.
I think he should win it. Bro, it's a travesty that this brother is going to retire without the Ballon d'Or.
Yes, I agree. I would take that. I would take that deal all day.
Lewandowski won it. I wouldn't mind just to rub it into those who,
Yeah, because you know why? Because
he always deserved it, man. He always deserved it.
I'm sorry. People can say he should have won it twice at Bayern, but he should have won at least once at Bayern.
At least once. Yep.
At least once at Bayern, bro. That 2020 was an absolute. I'm not gonna let. I said this before. I said it again. I was done with the Ballon d'Or for a long time, but it was actually after 2020 that I stopped watching the Ballon d'Or. I genuinely mean it. I don't watch the Ballon d'Or anymore. I just hear, the guy won it. This guy won it.
Yeah, same. I don't watch.
Because I'm just like, bro, you guys have killed the integrity of this. Like, this is the thing, right? There was a few years, right, where I used to look at, like, there are years that people are like, all right, this guy should have won the Ballon d'Or. That guy should have won the Ballon d'Or, right? Obviously, people talk about even like guys like Henry. People be like, Henry should have won a Ballon d'Or during his time, right? People think that. But for me, I would say, and this is funny enough, there was another Bayern Munich player who actually was robbed of a Ballon d'Or, where I was like, all right, this thing's absolutely stupid. It was when Frank Ribery got screwed over in 2013. Bro, in 2013, this guy won the treble. I was like, you know how Rafinha, people are looking at Rafinha, bro. Ribery was literally doing what Rafinha is doing on steroids in 2013, right? This guy was the best player for Bayern, won them the treble. He was the best player for France, took them to the World Cup. But then because Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against Sweden in the World Cup qualifier, bro, they gave him the Ballon d'Or. And I sat there like, dude, how do you do what this brother did? Even that's why Frank Ribery complains. I hear it. Because, bro, how do you have a season like that? Give everything, and then this guy this guy wins, scores 60 goals and wins, I think, one trophy, and then that was it for him to win the Ballon d'Or over this guy that literally won every competition that he was in and was the best player in every single one of them. And I was like, man, after that, I was like, bro, this award is clearly a popularity contest. You understand what I'm saying?
The thing is about Lewandowski, by the way, I just checked it out. Lewandowski has 11 braces this year in all comps. 11. That's a joke.
And one of them was in El Clasico, man. Don't forget. That's what I'm telling you. It's the timing of the goals as well. And for me, like the thing is, like the Ballon d'Or stopped being important as a metric of who's the best player after the Ronaldo Messi era. The Ronaldo Messi era just kind of ruined it. It just became more of a G&A popularity contest.
Yes.
But what kills me about Lewandowski not getting it is this new generation, unfortunately, they're gonna look at how good a player was through Wikipedia. Let's be honest. And it kills me that they're not going to rate Lewandowski because they're going to say he never won the Ballon d'Or. Brother, he deserved it. For his legacy, he deserves the Ballon d'Or. Yamal is going to get plenty more opportunities to win the Ballon d'Or.
That's why I don't mind him winning this year. I would say the only reason I would take Yamal winning the Ballon d'Or because he will be the youngest Ballon d'Or winner, and that would be a great record to have. However, with really outside of that, I don't really care if he wins it this year. It's like at the end of the day, you got so many more years. You can win the Ballon d'Or.
He's gonna get it.
Probably break Messi's record. with the way you're going, because it doesn't
Plus-
look like anybody's
plus-
at your level right now.
Plus, for me, if everything ends up the way you think it might end up, bro, and Spain end up winning the World Cup, like he's gonna get it. So for me personally, like I would agree with you. Like I would hand it to Lewandowski over Yamal and Rafinha any day of the week, bro. I'll take that deal any day of the week.
Yeah,
You got
same,
it. I'm sorry, because you know what it is. The media sometimes does this. They always throw that player, right? They did it last season with Vinny. Vinny was the one that everyone was talking about. This is why when Vinny didn't win it, everybody was pissed. Because the whole season, last season, everybody just kept on talking, Vinny for the Ballon d'Or, Vinny best winger in the world, Vinny this, Vinny that, Vinny this. So when he won the Champions League and the league, everybody just thought it was a formality that he was going to win it. So when Rodri won it, everybody just went nuts. You understand what I'm saying? Even though Rodri technically showed he played well enough to deserve the Ballon d'Or. It's not like I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think he deserved the Ballon d'Or.
Exactly, but you know what it was? Is because they acknowledged that they messed up not giving it to him the year before. They gave it to Messi because of PR purposes.
That is the thing.
That's
also,
the year that Rodri deserved it. If they're gonna give it back to Rodri because they acknowledge that he should have gotten it over Messi, that they need to give it to Lewandowski.
Bro, they were saying that everyone told me that Messi won the Ballon d'Or because he won the World Cup. Cool, Rodri won the Euros.
Flipping joke. I remember when I.
Listen, man, I love Messi and I can't get pissed at him.
I love Messi too, man.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. They're the ones who wanted to do it.
But it's a joke. This is why the Ballon d'Or
the World Cup and you're winning 2023 award.
That's what I'm saying, man. No. That's what Rodri should have won it that year. Like that's what I'm saying. So they gave it to Rodri to make up for not giving it to him the year when he won the UCL and all that stuff.
But that is stupid. This is what I mean. It's so stupid. Like at the end, it makes no sense. This is why I'm telling them, like, bro, this is why nobody watches the Ballon. Because, bro, at the end of the day, it's a popularity contest. It's about who gets the most, who's the one that is gonna bring more eyes to our store. And also, it's like, you know what's funny, right? I've said it before. For me, when I look at the Ballon d'Or, it's like the football version of the Grammy Awards. It literally holds. It's literally the football version of the Grammys, because the Grammys is known for not really known for being rigged. You understand what I'm saying, right? They don't give the right people to the right awards, right? But it's the same thing with the Ballon d'Or. It's like Eminem when he was talking about the Grammy, where he said, at the end of the day, I don't mind losing if I lose to somebody that deserves it. But don't bring us all here just so that you can sell your selling point, so that you can just bring us all here. And I think that's what the Ballon d'Or was. And the best example of it was in 2020. Because canceling the Ballon d'Or was a bunch of BS. Why would you cancel the Ballon d'Or? Why? Because people couldn't go and what? You couldn't do what they did with the FIFA awards, right? Bring the players alone to just talk in front of a TV, right? Give the Ballon d'Or to Lewandowski so that he can talk to the crowd. We will still be able to see it on TV. But that wasn't the case. They needed the celebrities, the celebrity footballers, the coaches, everybody to come in so that we can all make money. Because that's what this is all about. That's why I was like, nah, I'm done. This Ballon d'Or.
By the way, I have another conspiracy theory to bring. I just think they have an agenda on my club.
I mean, they robbed you of two Ballon d'Ors.
You know why I agree with
Steve, I'm sorry, it's the truth, bro. They just do, bro. Our PR is pathetic when it comes to.
I mean, I wouldn't say you got to remember too, guys. It's a French award, bro.
Oh my days, yo! This guy was backstage the whole time. I didn't even know.
Bro, you're moving hella fraudulent.
No,
bro, I've been backstage for like 20 minutes,
you,
bro.
man. Yo, no, because you know what? Stock video doesn't show you if somebody. No, because you know why? Because I
was doing something though, so it was cool. But I'm like, bro, am I still not on stream yet? What the fuck?
No, because you know why? Because my stream tells me if somebody's backstage. They'll tell me, oh yeah, this guy is backstage, right? I didn't hear anything. I was like, wait a minute.
What came in through the back door, bro?
Nah, that's all good, bro.
He just.
Hey, maybe StreamYard punishing him for what happened the other day.
I mean, listen, Will, I want to ask you this, right? Because we're talking about the Ballon d'Or right now, right? What's your opinion on the Ballon d'Or, honestly, bro?
Like on who should win it?
No, like, who do you think should win it? And also, what is your honest opinion on the Ballon d'Or? Do you rate it very highly as an award, or like, basically, what do you think of it? And also, who do you think is going to win it this year?
So, in terms of if I rate it, I think it's an overrated like trophy that people want to win. It's just for your ego and that, but it's a popularity contest. And that's kind of like what you guys were talking about with some of the players that should have gotten it but didn't because of Messi or Ronaldo, or like how they canceled it in 2020 when Lewandowski should have got it. But if it was Messi going to win it that year, I bet you that they would have found a way to make sure that the event happened. So
they would
it's a
have given
popularity
it through
contest.
Zoom. They would have given him that shit through Zoom.
Yeah, bro. Like they had a live stream that shit on like StreamYard, bro. Like there's
Yeah,
no way
man,
that they wouldn't have gave
100%.
Messi that. So I just feel like I don't personally care about it, but I get why players do want to win it. As far as this season is concerned, I think it'd have to be right now. The two favorites is Rafinha for me is number one, and then Lamine Yamal is next. But because it's a popularity contest, I think I could see Lamine Yamal getting it, but I'm leaning more so towards Rafinha because we all know that the goals is what they care about the most.
Do you think Lewandowski has a chance of winning it?
Yes, but not over Lamine and Rafinha. Not right now. I think like if Lewandowski, let's say if Barcelona make the Champions League final and he bags a hat trick, then yeah, I think that might propel him above them. But I think right now
my question would be this: Will
let's say top five though. Like all three of them are top five in my opinion. All three of them.
My question would be this: Will, right? Let's say it ends up being that like Barcelona win the treble, right? I think that. Do you think that it's a possibility though that they give it to Lewandowski as kind of like the way they did with Rodri? They gave it to Rodri because they realized they should have given it to him the year before, but they gave it to Messi, and they kind of didn't give it to Lewandowski. Do you think that they would do like we're gonna make up for it and give it to Lewandowski this year because he was part of the team? Or
Nah.
But by the way, Arsenal,
I think you end up in a constant cycle of making up for it, like a constant. Because if you we're gonna make up for last year's winner by doing it this year. Then next
Bro,
year,
imagine if they do that to Vinny. Oh my god!
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Jay. It sounds so fucking backwards.
It's like you're in constant debt. Like you know what I'm saying. No matter how much you try and pay off, that interest is killing you. So I rate Lewandowski in it, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, I would love for him to win it, but I don't think he will either. But listen, I do want to shift gears, obviously, because I mean it's funny because you literally turned up when we were just about to get into yesterday's games.
PSG Villa, no?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that for sure. Obviously, Steve, you watched the game. Great win for PSG. They did. I'm not gonna lie. They came. Obviously, they were 1-0 down. I'm not gonna lie because Warrior was the one who told me the score, and I thought, wait, that's actually good. That's actually good for Villa to get like that away goal. Like, you know what I mean? Now actually PSG have to come out, and maybe they might hit them on the counter again. But apparently, Desiree do. I actually went back to watch the highlights. Doué's goal was
Doué's goal was
crazy.
That curler, bro. You know it's crazy because Yamal scored a similar curler against Benfica. If you guys remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Days, bro. These kids are just learning. Bro, how are these kids just doing it, making it look easy, man? Like we used to remember looking at curlers thinking this is ridiculous. This guy literally, and it looked like he was losing his balance, and somehow he still managed to like curl it, bro. And Emiliano Martinez, he wasn't expecting that to go in because you saw like his reaction. He was like, he could not believe it, but. What an amazing game. 3-1 to PSG. What do you think about the game? Well, I'm sorry, Steve.
Villa didn't counter enough for me. I thought I distinctly remember like watching it at work on my phone, just like go long, and they never did. They tried to play on the ball. They tried to play with the ball on the ground far too much to set up these counters. Like they truly didn't go long over the top. If you're gonna play Rashford as a striker, which is a huge L, by the way. That guy is not a striker. He's not built like one. You don't have instincts like a striker. Like he always just drifts wide left anyways. So just put Asensio false nine if that was going to be if you're playing Rashford. Freaking go long if you're on the counter. If you're going to sit back and defend away to Paris Saint-Germain, go long. And then the one time they scored off the Rodgers one. So they didn't go long enough. And for me, they needed to. I thought the lineup was on the terrace, and that Josh guy said it well. I think McGinn wasn't the right choice in there for work rate and stuff. That's nice and all that, but Onana for me, you got to have some power and he also has tech. So I thought they kind of needed that for defensively, especially in the air, because PSG was sending some decent crosses in, and Villa were defending them well, to be fair, but yeah, and I think Catalan said it in the chat. Paris Saint-Germain have too much firepower. They have firepower on the bench as well. They can bring on.
That's the crazy thing because they don't have like a gunman striker, but they have so many players that can score goals in their team.
Yeah, and RSM said earlier about Paris Saint-Germain that they don't have a striker and they have to score these crazy goals. The thing is, in your 11, if you have only one player that's capable of scoring wonder goals, that's a problem. I'll agree with you on that. But if you have 5 or 6, the probability goes up naturally. Doué can score wonder goals. Kvaratskhelia can. Ousmane Dembele can. Freaking even a Kangan Lee. Kangan Lee is capable.
Yeah, I've seen it in Asian Cups, bro.
Yeah. Like he has, I'm not saying he's been great for Paris Saint-Germain. I'm just saying in a moment he can do something crazy.
I agree. My issue is against a top tier defense. That's my issue. I think a top tier defense is not giving them that many looks, and that's where I think the issue comes from. Like you have to be capable of scoring really ugly goals. Well. You have to score ugly goals, bro.
They score a lot of tap-ins though. PSG as well.
I mean, what about you? What do you think? Because you were watching the game too, right?
Yeah. I think PSG. I think this is the best looking PSG side that I've seen since I started watching football. I feel like the fact that they've gone away from only trying to sign like all these big name players and spending big money, now they're doing more so like a youth thing, right? You bring in João Neves, right? Like Desiree Doué, players who, like people know about them because of how well they were doing for their teams, but they're not like the big glamorous names. And I think like they just look so dangerous because there's not one focal point in their team. Like when Mbappe's there, you know that they're trying to get him the ball, they're trying to get him the goals. Whereas now it's Desiree Doué that can kill you, or Kvaratskhelia, Dembele. It's just so fluid.
I've seen Hakimi score thunderbolts,
bro. And like the thing is, I think that PSG, I think it's between them and Barcelona for the best team in Europe at the moment. And I think that PSG, they have the most tech in the world. I don't think that any team has the level of technical ability that PSG do. And the thing is, I know that you guys are just talking about like a defense wouldn't give you some of these looks, brother. I don't think it matters how good your defense is. I just see PSG being able to break down any team because of how good on the ball they are. Obviously, it'll be a little bit difficult if they were playing like an Inter, right? You know, maybe they would have some space in certain areas, but they could still break them down because of how good they are. And Luis Enrique is doing a great job. So, yeah, I mean, look, I predicted 3-2 on aggregate. I thought Villa were going to give PSG a much harder time than Liverpool did. And I still believe that they got something for PSG at Villa Park. But there's nothing else that Villa could have done this game. Like, people are talking about how PSG killed them. But it's like, yeah, Villa had no choice. Because you're never going to outplay them. So you have to just sit back and hope that they make a mistake, and then you can counter. Kind of like what they did when John McGinn took the ball off of Mendes for the Morgan Rogers first goal. But, yeah, I think that was to be expected, though. Like a 3-1. I think like nobody's really surprised about that.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen. In my prediction, I said 2-0, but 2-0 PSG, because I felt that even though I think Villa have been very good in Europe, very very good. I think they play their best football in Europe, right? And I knew they would come in and they would try to be brave. And I just thought that you just mentioned it, man. They just the thing with PSG is they have so much firepower. You understand what I'm saying, right? In their team, right? And that's the thing. Sometimes you can accommodate not having a good striker if you have other areas. If your goals, basically what Arsenal fans sometimes say about like their squad talking about spreading the goals, right? Yeah. The thing with PSG is they can spread the goals because they actually have like a lot of players right now. Like Dembele, I think he's got like 20 goals in our competition. Like he's been one of the highest goal scorers in 2025, right? In all competitions in Europe, right? Kvaratskhelia, we know he can put the ball at the back of the net, right? They even guys that like even if you don't rate them, even guys like Gonzalo Ramos, they can come off the bench and get a goal, right? We saw him do that against PSG. You understand what I'm saying? Desiree Doué, like he's been
Hakimi, man. Hakimi scored. Look up Hakimi goals online. He
scores bangers.
Dave, I know what Hakimi is about. Yeah,
that guy's a monster.
He scores bangers, bro.
I think defensively, I've seen,
bro. Like if we cared about young players more, Hakimi would have been the guy that you have for Carvajal.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Will, that is, you know what it is with Real Madrid. That is the wrong.
We have not had a proper backup right back for Danny Carvajal since we signed.
You know what's so crazy about that story, Will? Because you guys sent him on loan at Dortmund, and he cooked in Dortmund. And I thought when he cooked in Dortmund, I thought, okay, he's gonna come back at Real, and then gonna play him. And then you guys sold him to Inter.
Yeah, we just used him to just make well, the thing is though, bro, like our academy is the most successful in the world in terms of making profit. Like,
yes,
we sell a lot of like that brings in a lot of money for us. And like the emphasis at Real Madrid is not to bring players into the first team per se from the academy. Like if it happens, like a Raul Asensio, like it's always fantastic. But I feel like we use our academy as just another way to fund
like a business, basically, just to
exactly. So like the players that we do rate, for example, look at like Nico Paz, right? Like he was balling for us, got a few opportunities, but didn't really get a chance because of the pressure that is to win. So managers, they can't necessarily use youth players because they have to win. So now he's at Como, he's balling out, and now they're talking about that we have a buyback clause of like $7 million, which is a steal considering what his market value.
I mean, you guys should take it, but also even
like,
you remember Will,
also bro, like
Carvajal was the same thing. Because remember, Carvajal was an academy partner who you guys sold to Leverkusen, and he balled out at Leverkusen, and then you guys bought him back.
But look at like Miguel Gutierrez. We sold him to Girona two seasons ago, and now he's one of the best left backs in
exactly.
the league. So he's the option as well that we could bring back. But
he's a fullback.
He should still be at Real Madrid. But
he's a fullback.
That's neither here or there because maybe he didn't want to wait, right? Because Carvajal, back when he left, Carvajal is what, like 29? So it's like he's probably thinking, yo, I want to go get my chance now. These different things do play a factor, but it'd have been nice if he was still here, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, to be fair, I would say this, right? Because him and Mbappe were very close friends at PSG.
It's
I'm not gonna lie, right? You guys should have had that buyback. I don't care if you guys sold him to Inter, you should have still had a buyback. You should have said, all right, listen, the more seasons he's there, the better he gets, the more the buyback clause will increase. You understand what I'm saying, right? So say, all right, first season maybe 25 million. Next season, if he's there for 2 seasons, we'll buy him for 50 million. But basically, have that buyback clause where okay,
and we can was decent in like because I think because I've seen him play like
he won them the league in his first season.
Maybe like 2-3 games I've seen him play for Madrid. Like when he come off the bench, he was actually looking decent. Like
when we played you guys in El Clasico in 2018, I'll never forget. He came in when we beat you guys 3-0 at the Bernabeu. He was actually one of your better players. And I thought, wait, who's this kid? Because he was like 19.
Who the fuck is the fuck is this guy?
And he was going forward. That's the thing. He was such a good player going forward. I used to remember his crossing, like when he was like 19. I was like, yo, this kid is actually good. Yeah. And when he went to Dortmund playing for like wing back for them, right? Like wing back, he was cooking.
Yeah, bro.
2 seasons.
Now he's at PSG, so there's no chance that look, there's no player at Like I remember, so I was doing a watch along, and some people were in my chat. Oh my God, Desiree Doué, like Madrid need to go sign him. I'm like, brother, if you think PSG,
bro, Real Madrid do not sell easy. I'm telling you now.
No,
sell their best players.
No, wait. Forget about if PSG sell easy. If you think that PSG would sell to Real Madrid anytime soon, you're crazy. You're not gonna do no business with us. You just took Mbappe for free. I would be surprised if Perez's number isn't blocked. Like, it's not happening. We're not signing any of those PSG players that you see balling out. There's zero chance that they end up at Real Madrid. Unless their contracts are running out in 5 years. But it's no time soon. Like, they're not.
To be fair, I'll say this, Will. You guys tried to sign Mbappe for 200 and they still rejected it. So that tells you they don't care, bro. It's not about money for them. Like, bro, that's the thing with PSG. If you look at PSG under the Qatar owners, bro, they are like one of the hardest teams to buy from, bro. You can't buy their best players.
Yes.
Genuinely, it's so hard unless like the player. And
but to be fair, though, like I haven't heard about people actually trying to buy PSG star players. Like aside from Mbappe, like who's really come in for like?
Mbappe came on a free, but that's the thing because Mbappe came on a free, so that's a different story.
But like who else?
We were in this summer for Doué or Barcola. We were asking, but bro, they were asking for crazy prices. We were not paying that.
But that's weird though because I swear PSG only signed him for 50 M's.
Yes,
like that could be nothing for Chelsea.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. They were asking for crazy monies from us though. We were not about.
And now you're looking at Garnacho.
No,
we're not even looking at Garnacho now. We're not even looking at Garnacho. We're looking at
Zeer, wouldn't you love to have Doué on your left wing?
I wanted him.
We wanted him. There you go. Yes.
Zeer will tell you I was like raving about him.
What a player.
Bro, Saturday cooking, Will. I was watching Saturday game last season.
Great.
I was watching Saturday last season. I think it was Marseille or one of those teams. I was just watching a game, just a random Ligue 1 game, right? And I saw this kid, and it was like 18. I was like, "Yo, who is this guy?"
I'm gonna be real, Omar. He And I don't know if a Barca fan will get mad. I think he's talent-wise on the same level as a Yamal. I don't think
You're
he's better.
I heard someone say that to me in
Nah,
my chat.
bro.
He said,
Nah, wait, hold on.
Stop, bro.
Wait,
You're
hold on.
smoking crack.
Wait, hold on. Yamal is better because Yamal is more proven, right? Like we've seen him be the main man for Spain. But
He's
on
more
ability,
talented,
there's nothing that Yamal can do. And
ability,
Doué is a better finisher.
Yes, he is.
And Doué is a better
No,
finisher.
Doué's a better finisher, and it can end there. That's it, bro.
No, but there's nothing that Yamal can do.
Yamal has a better pass. Yamal is more efficient at getting by his man. I'm not hearing this.
That's it too.
To be
But that's the
fair,
thing, bro.
I mean,
Listen,
I mean,
you know,
to be-
but
to be
wait.
fair-
You don't watch PSG, so how would you know? Like we don't
Why
watch.
do you watch PSG? Because an Ecuadorian plays there. Every
Brother,
team that an Ecuadorian plays for, I watch.
As the
Brother, nobody's watching League One. Come
as
on,
the guy who watches League
I
One
am,
week in, week
bro. I
out.
watch them in the league.
Because them PSG
Okay,
games
all right.
are the same time as Chelsea. So I know you're not doubling up.
I do got two monitors.
Stop it.
Nah, what do you mean stop this?
You got two.
And I know they're not always on at the same time, but I have watched.
I'm not gonna lie. Yamal is like
No. So this is the thing. I don't want to completely disregard. I'll say this, right? I don't want to completely disregard Doué because I did Doué very highly, right? I said it before, bro. We had a wing of Doué and Yamal, bro. Oh my god, that would literally kill teams in Europe, bro. If we had those two, right? But I'll say this, Will, right? As much as I did Doué, one thing I would say about Doué is I think Doué does have the finishing more than Yamal for me, but I think skills-wise, I think Yamal is just a little bit better, but also that's not to disregard Doué. I think Doué, for me, he's the closest thing to Yamal. Like when I talk about the best young players in world football right now, I would put
conversation.
I'll put him. For me, if I say Yamal is number one right now, from what I've seen this season, for me, Doué is number two, and it's not even close. For me.
Wait, like Steve, like what do you think, bro? Because I know that you watch a lot of both. So, like, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I don't think Doué's far off. I think Lamine Yamal has maybe a wider skill set, but he's playing every single. Doué is like a valuable squad player for them. He's not a lockdown starter like Vicha, Nuno Mendes, Pacho, Donnarumma. Those guys are lockdown starters.
But he's better than Barcola, though. He is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I rate Barcola pretty highly, but like, yeah, I do think he is above. I do think he is above.
Yeah, but like Enrique just likes Barcola. I mean,
By the way, can I ask you a quick question? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go on, Zeer.
It's just quick because Steve brought Barcola. What do you guys think of this Barcola guy? Because we're linked with him apparently, or at least they're looking at him. Our board.
He's an upgrade. He's a massive upgrade on what we have.
I don't know if you heard, but like when company went out with Fluent to watch PSG Marseille, they were looking at him apparently, him and Enrique.
I think Barcola is a bit janky. Like movement wise, he's not like the smoothest, but he pulls off a lot of crazy shit. I can't lie. He pulls off a lot of crazy. Like he has a lot of self-confidence and belief in his abilities that I think is greater than his actual ability. But I do think he's technically sound. I do think he just needs to work on consistency and finishing and just being a bit too, like I said, like kind of jinky on the ball, a bit too bouncy. I think he just needs to kind of, I don't know how to like put it into words.
What are Jay saying here?
He's hit or miss. I will say that Barcola's hit or miss, but he's a massive upgrade on Sané, massive upgrade on Gnabry.
I mean, you can. From what I've seen from Sané, bro, you can't really do any worse, bro.
Bro, to be honest, Steve, listen, we'll talk about it later, but like, as long as he can score some goals, I don't care, bro. Like,
he does. No, but if I'm going for someone in Ligue 1, though, it's Davitashvili, the Georgian winger at Saint-Etienne. Look out for him because he's.
I don't know who the hell he is, but if Steve's saying that he's good, then fuck it, sign him.
I
have no idea who that is. Just sign him.
Pulling some of these players out, guys.
Steve is the scout of YouTube.
I've heard enough.
Was it Pavlidis, Steve? Was it Pavlidis you were talking about for AZ Alkmaar last season?
Yeah.
And then he went to, and now he's at Benfica.
25 goals this year for Benfica, and I said he would.
But yeah, I mean, look at this. Warrior J is saying that you actually were tweeting for Bayern.
I have a tweet about Doué from 22.
Bro, we were linked with Dewey, Amar. That's the crazy thing.
That's what I'm saying. He
We're linked to do it, but he chose PSG over us.
Over Bayern, right? Because Bayern made an offer, PSG made an offer, and then it was his choice.
Yeah, and he decided PSG. So it's like we could do nothing.
It makes sense.
I mean, but he's French,
still young and French.
Yeah,
French
and
players.
That's the strength of PSG now. Their project is somewhere where young players can go to, and older players like a Dembele, or not older.
But the thing is, though, Steve. Okay, wait. So, Steve, but do you think that maybe it's because also, right? And I agree with you on the project, but I think that Desiree is a PSG fan because you gotta look at how old he is.
Yeah, I
right?
think he is. Actually.
He's 19. So right? Like, think about it, right? They're the biggest team in France. His whole life, he's seen nothing but domination from PSG. So he probably grew up. Like Zlatan, he's probably like 7 years old. Watching, like these guys, right? He's like 15. Messi, Mbappe, Neymar.
Yeah.
So that's probably just genuinely his club, like that he always wanted to play for. And I feel like that could be a big beneficiary of PSG because the talent in France is ridiculous.
The talent, I watch it every
Bayern
week.
Munich in the Bundesliga, bro. You know, Bayern Munich have that pull in the Bundesliga where German players will look at Bayern.
Like, that's their favorite club.
That's like the pinnacle of like football. You understand what I'm saying, right? They look at them, they're like, all right, this is the team that we want to. And that's the thing.
You know, the thing is,
I said this on Football Terrace earlier today. Steve was there, right? I said, for me, I think when PSG got bought in 2012 by the Qataris, right? The idea was we want to basically build a team which is going to be so good that's going to bring our names up. That's why they went out, they bought Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva. They were going out buying superstars because they want to basically make themselves attractive like players. You understand what I'm saying?
They want to bring a level of notoriety. Yeah.
Exactly, notoriety to League 1, but also to PSG.
Publicity.
So PSG were like, all right, cool. And now they have that. And the thing is, now they have that. Now they actually have that pull now where now they can be like, all right, cool. We don't have to go out and buy superstars.
But the thing is, though, right? Like PSG,
and they can still do the super. Sorry,
go on. Okay, now I'll just like really quickly, like PSG, like they're gonna always have that pull, especially on young French players, because those young French players seem them just dominating, and that's probably their favorite team. So it's gonna be super hard to sign a young French player that PSG won as well. But go ahead, Steve.
Luckily, though, Will, like you said, Ligue 1 and even Ligue 2 in the lower divisions, it's stacked with talent. It's absolute. Like PSG can't have
French football is just a joke, man. The amount of players,
it's the most slept on.
That's why, bro. The French national team makes no sense, bro. That's why it makes no sense because they have, bro. That's why people say, "Oh yeah, this generation of French players, you know, this is gonna be." But I'm like, bro, do you guys realize the amount of players actually coming out from this French academy still?
Bro, Leon,
don't worry, bro. They'll be fine.
Leon had to sell Barcola, and then all of a sudden, Malik Fofana out of nowhere. They can just get him from freaking Belgium. Like, bro, they got good scouting there. They got good academies. They got an easy pipeline to Africa. Like Asian players are there.
Facts. That's true. But listen, guys, I do want to quickly move on, right? Obviously, you know, the Champions League yesterday's games were insane, completely insane. I know Will is now looking forward to talking about this, but we do have to unfortunately talk about it, Will. Yeah, I mean, I was praying that you guys would lose. I kind of said after the few weeks the week I've been watching you guys since the international break, that I've seen something different about the Madrid team defensively. They're so gettable, they're so disorganized, right? And I said that, listen, if they play like this, I think Arsenal might have outside chance. Do you see them having a chance to win this game? Because this Madrid team right now moving hella fraudulent right now in defense. But I'm not gonna lie, even I didn't expect that kind of scoreline, man. Like you guys got pegged back. You guys could even score. I thought that you guys would at least get a goal in the game, maybe like a 2-1 or maybe lose like a 3-1. But 3-0, man. Like, obviously goes by Declan Rice and Mikel Merino. I'm gonna start with you, Will. I know you have already said your piece on it, and I know you've kind of been echoing this now for a while, because even though yes, I do throw you actually call this out sometimes, right? I want to ask you, man, like, obviously I know your opinion on Ancelotti, but brother, man, where do you go from here? What is your expectations now, even for the second leg, but also for the rest of the season with the way you're playing under this management?
Okay. Second leg, I think we got like, I'd say a 5% chance. But But for me, in general, it's over. Because I don't think that this squad that we have, I don't think that they're capable of making that kind of comeback. But look, I've seen crazier things happen. Like at the Bernabeu, we've had pretty low % chances of going through, and then we end up qualifying. So who knows? But it's like I said all the time. I don't really care what Carlo wins. I don't care. We could beat Arsenal in the second leg 15-0. We could slap Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final 9-0. And then we could make an amazing comeback in La Liga and win our first ever official treble. And I don't care. He needs to retire at the end of this season.
What about the Club World Cup? What if he wins that in the summer?
I don't care. I don't care what he wins. He needs to retire, right? Like, just let this be your last season. I think Carlo's done a lot of great stuff for us. But in general, bro, he's just been found out this season. Like, this season's just been ridiculous. This is the worst that I think that we've looked for a very long time since Zidane's last season. And then before that, I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've seen football this shit consistently over 9 months. So, yeah, look, Carlo out. Second leg, I think that we'll make a little comeback, right? It's funny. I could see us going up 2-0 at some point in time in this game. I could see it being 3-2 in aggregate. And then I think Arsenal scored like a dagger, and now they beat us 4-2. Because I can see it. Like I can see opening 20 minutes.
You feel like you're gonna be defensively disorganized, and you're gonna let them.
Basically, like we'll be so attacking that it's gonna mess us up. And then I think this is gonna also have an effect on La Liga because I fully expect us to rotate very heavily this weekend because you absolutely have to be like 100% everybody all in for the second leg. So I think that we might like rotate against Alaves on Sunday, and then that could maybe mess us up. But I mean, in terms of second half season, bro, look, it's not looking good, bro. You feel me?
Bro,
it's looking like prime Ben Simmons free throw numbers, bro. Oh, for
but
3.
Will.
Good, bro. La Liga's been bottled, Champions League's been bottled, and I'm gonna be honest. Brother, I don't even want to show up for the Copa del Rey final. I would just forfeit right now.
This guy. Can you believe it? Do you remember when they did the final and he was saying, I'm looking forward to playing Barca, bro? He was talking about Barcelona.
Can I just say something? Will,
what happened, man?
I think this is my first time on the show with you, bro. So big up yourself, obviously.
Big up, bro.
But damn, you lot are ungrateful. You lot don't know what pain is, bro.
Will, don't take it personal. He's a sports man.
Complaining about.
Yeah, well, you gotta.
I ain't seen shit.
Are you a Tottenham fan?
Yes.
Fan, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Hey, but you can't.
Nothing. And I have to listen to this. You don't understand how infuriating it is.
See, that's what I'm saying.
These guys complain about their trophies and whatnot, bro.
Nah,
in all due respect, it's called standards, bro. I can't lie. It's called standards.
You know what? Fair enough, bro.
You think I don't have standards? My standards.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No. You have standards, but a lot of people in your club don't.
Bro, but the thing is, okay, no, to respectfully though, with the whole standard stuff, because I deal with this with my fan base all the time. Standards mean nothing. I can have the highest standards of the world. The club can have the highest standards of the world. If your club has won nothing, it means nothing, bro.
Yeah, because you can't control nothing.
Bro, you go to South America. Bro, you go to South America. There are clubs that have won absolutely nothing, and their fan base goes crazy over a loss against a rival or somebody who's top of the table.
Yeah.
Like, standards mean nothing. It's just like your club has won or it hasn't. Like, that's it.
Though, right?
No. What I mean by standards, like,
You mean like, expectations. That's what you're talking about, not standards.
Maybe I worded it wrong. Expectations. But
Well, you know what the thing is though, bro. Like, see, like Premier League clubs, it's hard for their fans to really make an impact on anything because, like Chelsea, for example, or Tottenham, they can protest all they want. If the ownership don't care, there's nothing they can do about it. Because, like, the owner, because like it's a group of people that own the club. Whereas, like in Spain, right, not all clubs are owned by the fans. There are some clubs who are owned individually, but like Real Madrid, we're owned by socios. Barca, they're owned. So, like, a lot of people think that Florentino Perez owns Real Madrid. No, technically, he's an employee.
It's a president, man.
Yeah, like,
realize that.
So, like, if we don't win trophies, right, bro, Perez can get fired, technically, right? He can be voted out.
This is why the fans are the way they are. They will put their white flags up just to show their discomfort. And bro, don't get it twisted. So, like, that's why Florentino Perez always has to be on his feet because he understands no matter what he does, he doesn't have the control. He doesn't have control. If he loses, if the team doesn't do well, the fans will show it.
But you know what the thing is though, Omar? Do you know that like the last like 4 times that he's ran for presidency, nobody's run against him? Like, he just got reelected and he ran against nobody.
Shit that's going on.
Nah,
I
but
don't
you
know
know,
what
like, no wait,
cartel deals they got going on.
no wait, but you know what it
right
is,
now.
bro.
You know what I'm
He's been
saying?
so
What do you mean
successful.
he had no one running against him?
Not wait, bro, but he's been so successful that
No, that's the thing, bro. It's hard to compete against.
Yeah,
against
like
his-
because who the hell's gonna vote for you when we just seen what Florentino Perez has done for the last
He
15
sounded like
years?
a dictator, not a
Oh
president.
shit! Did
bro.
I just get raided?
Nah, but you know the thing is though.
Yeah, flawless.
Oh shit! Yo, Flawless just raided me. Big up to Flawless, man.
They got flawless, man.
Big up to my guy
Nah,
Flawless.
but
Every
you,
time.
but you know what the thing is though. So this is his last 4 years. Like he's retiring because he's gonna be like 83 when his presidency ends. And then now, whoever the next guy is that comes in, I feel like that's not a job that I would want directly after Perez, because it's like how do you maintain?
How do you
what he's
fill
done?
that void?
Like he's gonna have so like,
I get
and you know the thing is, I think when Perez leaves, I think that we will go through like a little 2-year period where it's not as good. But I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
Then again, he's been acting like the Spanish Joe Biden recently with these squad petitions, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't. Will, you're an American brother living in Jersey or whatever. But you said before the season started, the transfer window was horrible.
It was.
Just the Mbappe one took all the freaking. But you looked at your squad and you're like, nah, fam. So Florentino Perez, he's doing a Spanish Joe Biden thing, bro.
Nah, but you know the thing is,
can
though,
recognize it. Why can't he in terms of squad building?
Nah, but you know what the thing is though, bro. Like he has so much credit in the bank that I just have faith that, especially seeing us get trashed by Arsenal, like I just have faith because just look at what he's done for us. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's much easier to get rid of a manager than it is the president. You know what I'm saying? Like the manager's gonna always be on the chopping block.
I mean, if you want to get rid of the president, just screw up like Barcelona. What Bartomeu did at Barca. That's how a president goes. If the club is in such a dire situation, don't get it twisted. I've seen this happen before in early 2000s. I mean, I didn't see it personally, but I know because I do my history, right? You know, Florentino Perez's first reign as Real Madrid president, people don't even realize he had a very similar the way Real Madrid are running now, right? The season that he became president, that year, you guys won the Champions League, I think. Yeah, you guys, I think, won the Champions League, right? So the guy who was the president at the time, I forget his name, but he passed away, right? But the guy was basically, it's like Florentino Perez now. Like, it's going to be hard to take the guy out because Madrid were having so much success. Florentino Perez had to challenge that guy, and it looked like the most impossible thing. You know what happened in the end? You know what this brother did? This brother told the socios, right? He had to do something impossible, something that was basically almost out of the realms of possibility, right? He said, if you guys make me president, I will bring Luis Figo to Barcelona from Barcelona. That's like the next president of Real Madrid candidate saying, if you guys hire me, I will bring Yamal to Real Madrid. Like that's how impossible it sounded, right? So now the fans were like, oh, word? He said, yeah, if I become president and Figo doesn't sign, I'll pay for all of your season tickets for the rest of the season.
It was also like economic though as well, because you got to remember, like I don't remember because I wasn't watching back then, but I know I read something about like the club wasn't like financially like as successful.
Exactly.
Like, so he did like a lot of that. Yeah.
Yep. And that is true though, but that's my point.
Hey, look, right? Next presidential candidate, if he promises me Yamal,
yeah, that's what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna take Yamal. I mean, to be fair, I think
this guy Omar might be on Delete Watch live.
Will. To be fair, Florentino Perez I think he's confirmed now that this is his last term.
Yeah,
so
four more years.
Yeah, he's after this he's done.
Yeah,
right?
because he just got reelected like a few months ago. So,
but that's the thing. For me, I just think when it comes down to it, right? Florentino Perez is like the only one who did it. But listen, just going back to the game quickly, Will. This is the thing, right? And this is what I really wanted to talk to you about, right? You know, when I was watching the game, right? Obviously, I've been seeing this happen in your past few games in La Liga. But you know what really got to me, right? I don't know. I'm sure you guys also watched the game. It was when Arsenal were going forward and they would take a shot and Courtois would make the save, right? The rebound would go straight to an Arsenal player. And then the whole Madrid defense are just standing there, just watching this guy to take the shot. I'm just sitting. I remember in the first half, right? Declan Rice had a free header that was going in until like Courtois saved it, and then Martinelli gets the ball. I'm like, yo, who is standing? Why is nobody trying to block Martinelli? He has a free range to shoot, right? And then the second one was the one where I think Courtois made like the triple save when you guys were 1-0 down, right? Where the cross comes in, and then I think it was headed in, and then Courtois saves it, and then it goes straight to, I don't know who it went to, but it was in the middle of the box, and he went and he took a shot, and Alaba blocked it from the line, and then it went straight to the Arsenal player. I'm like, bro, where is the Madrid defense? It was like, I saw hella black, gray shirts in the box, but nobody is trying to block the shot and actually get in front of the defense, the attackers. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, bro, the seasons are right
Will,
off.
Will must be losing his mind when seeing this right now.
Yeah, nah, it's fine, bro. Seasons are right off. You know, like it is what it is. We go again.
I mean, listen, man. Sometimes I've said it before. You know what it is, Will, right? If there's any positives that you see from this, right? What do you think? You think it's the fact that
there's not one.
Courtois, that's about it. But Courtois is not a.
Yeah. Like the only positive that I can take away from this one, Courtois has been doing this all season. So I mean, you know, but I'm glad that it happened in terms of now we will be making some signings. I expect us to be very aggressive this summer. So that's a positive for me. Yeah.
I got you. Well, Steve, I wanted to ask you, did you watch the game? The Arsenal?
No, I was watching us be dusty against Inter.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk about that, but RSM, I'm sure you were.
But I couldn't. No, but about the game, like bro, I was just getting notifications on my phone, just like 1-0 Arsenal. I'm like, okay, interesting. Then I saw 2, and I was like, nah, fuck this, fuck this. I'm not. This isn't real. And then I saw 3, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So that's crazy.
Yeah.
I literally don't even know what to say. But yeah, obviously Rice, fucking crazy free kicks. Marino finish was sick. Yes. Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah, it was an amazing game.
So,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Bro, those 2 free kicks, elite. I'm sorry, man, bro. I mean, this is the thing, Will. I was actually watching. Obviously, I was on your stream, right? I saw the goal. I think was it the second goal that I saw? Your reaction to it? I think it was the first goal. You're like, bro, the first one was insane, but the second one you were just like, bro, what the flip is going on? This is an absolute joke. How do we concede 2 free kicks like that? I'm like, bro, it's insane, bro. But I mean, RSM, man, I'm sure you were watching the game because you always watch Real Madrid just for Will, just to throw Will. So
you already know.
I got to ask, man. What
you already know, man. Listen, bro. I am the #1 Vinny hater, bro, and I gotta say, hate watch successful.
Wait, hold
brother,
on. You did a hate watch,
bro.
Yes, he's a chance. You don't understand, bro. This guy doesn't like it.
No. You need hold up. You need to understand. Hold up. You need to understand, bro. The thing is, in South America, before a prem team is Barca or Real Madrid, you got to choose a side. Even if you're not a fan, you got to choose one.
Sorry, RSM. Before you continue, Prime. I just send the link to your WhatsApp, bro. So yeah.
It's like your favorite color. Is it blue or red? And then you can go out from there and build a personality, right? Like that's pretty much it. But for me personally, like I told Will this too immediately after the game ended. Like this was just an average Madrid performance. It's just that La Liga teams can't capitalize on it. A lot of teams have not been able to punish Madrid for these type of performances in La Liga. This time Arsenal was. Yeah, Barca obviously, but I mean like other lesser La Liga teams, right? Like there have been times when they've scammed draws, when they've scammed wins, and Will himself has admitted it, and he's been screaming, I think, pretty much since the beginning of the season that it's like something is very clearly wrong with the way that Madrid plays. The team is not good. Obviously, they've been going through it defensively, right, with the amount of injuries and stuff. But again, it goes back to what Will has been saying. But like even before the season started, in that case, like that, there are signings that need to be made for the backline. It hasn't been done, and I think it was just kind of crazy this game though, because I think after that second goal went in, bro, like I think it's the first time I've ever seen like Madrid just heads down, bro, in the Champions League after going down, bro. It was cooked. After that second goal went in, you just knew it was over, man. Like that Madrid team did not look anything like that they were going to come back. They didn't give me any confidence, which is again surprising to say considering it is Madrid in the Champions League. And I mean, I don't know what to say. I think that something needs to be done, unfortunately, with that front line. It's too unbalanced, man. And we talked about this. Like there is. It just isn't working, man. It isn't working, that front line, bro. I'm telling you right now, like it's not that the front line isn't scoring goals. It's not that it's not efficient, bro. But like one person in that front line is always going to suffer, and because they are not able to work themselves into the right spaces, because they're not. It's not that they're all drifting left like it was at the beginning of the season, but they're just playing out of position, bro. Rodrigo's not a right winger. He's not. Mbappe's not a striker. The only one in his position is Vinny.
Vinny.
And when Vinny isn't showing up and he's not performing and he comes out and he says, I'm gonna do 10 times more and he's done 10 times less, the team is struggling, bro. The team is struggling. I already knew he was cooked because he said I'm gonna do 10 times more and proceeded to try to do in the next 3 La Liga games that Fugazi rainbow flick. It's not even a rainbow flick, bro. It's a booger flick. You feel me? That's what it looks like every time he tries that. You're not him. You're not Neymar. Okay, I get it, man. Your passport says Brazilian, but the text says otherwise. A kick and run merchant. I don't know why people have always been scared to say it. I'm not saying that he's not clutch. I'm not saying he's a bad player. But in this bad run of form, he's hitting the ball forward and outpacing people. And he's been doing that in La Liga too. Don't believe me? Watch the games. I'm telling you, that's what he does. I said a booger flick. It's not a rainbow flick. Is that whatever Neymar be doing? He's like, let me try that. No, bro, you're not him. It's okay. And I told Will this. I said, Will, because Vinny ain't even the best Brazilian in his league, bro. I told Will that.
Here we go with this, man. Like with this.
And I've already and I've already said, because I already told him, because I don't know. I think I started messing with Will because Vinny never showed up for Brazil. And as a South American, the worst thing you can do is not show up for your country. And was like, I don't care about that. He's cooking in the Liga. And I'm like, wait for it, bro. And now what? What did Vinny do this game, bro? What did Vinny do this game? Tell me. What did Vinny do this game?
It's called the forerunner of form.
Cardio, bro. He did cardio. He was doing up Apple Watch fitness, bro.
What are you talking about? Like, this guy really pops up Rafinha. Of all the players to die on this.
Wait,
come on, Will. You can't deny that. You're Brazilian.
Brother, no. Scoring in UCL finals while Rafinha was getting up at
I'm not propping up. I'm not propping up. Hold up. I'm not propping up Rafinha. You feel me? Bro, my family has seen what Brazilians look like. I've seen what Brazilians look like, bro. Rafinha and Vinny can't hold a candle to what Neymar is today, much less what he was.
Said in his league.
Let's say that.
Neymar is not in La Liga. All things being said, though, Vinny's still not the best Brazilian in his league, and that's not Rafinha prop. That shows you how far Vinny. So who it is?
It shows you how far Vinny.
Obviously, it's Anthony.
Yeah, so who's the best Brazilian in La Liga? Go ahead.
Yo, Will, how about this? Take your pick. Anthony, Rafinha, it's not Vinny. You happy with that answer, bro? He ain't the best Brazilian in the league. Okay. Much less in the Champions League, bro. Let's be real, man.
Brother. If Barcelona could sell Rafinha and buy Vinicius, they would. Let's stop it.
Excuse me?
What day? Omar, what day?
Of course they would.
Omar, what day?
This guy's got one good season at 29 years old. Get the fuck out of here. You're trying to compare him to Vinicius. Stop it.
I'm sorry. So what? So what? Okay.
Barcelona were ready
to sell What am I buying Vinicius
for? A pack of Doritos and a watermelon Arizona.
Bro,
just
can I
7
just
months
say,
ago.
yeah, after last night, his name's not Vinicius, it's Vincent. He's Vincent Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. You know what we call him in South America? You know what we call him?
Hey, yo, that's actually a good one.
Hold up. You know what we call him in South America? We call him fictitious. Because it's all fiction. We call him fictitious. That's what we call him.
Brother,
ain't there, bro.
He'd be the best player to ever play for your country.
Low,
fictitious.
Bro,
that's what we call it. Where these standards from?
Will, hold up, Will. You do not hold up, Will. You fake Brazilian. You do not want to do this conversation.
Fake Brazilian.
You want to be Brazilian. We're not doing this.
How are you slandering a successful Brazilian? He'd be the best Ecuadorian player of all time.
He's a bum for Brazil. He's one of the most bummiest players that Brazil has ever seen.
Brother,
bro, I'm not.
No, you're not about to defend Brazilian Vinny.
Successful Ecuadorian player, if he was of your nationality, yes or no?
No, he wouldn't. He'd be Vinny for Brazil. When Vinny puts on that Brazil jersey, it's extra large. You feel me? It's too big for him.
Hold on. See,
when it comes to Brazil,
why you always go back to national team talk, because club,
it wasn't even
have a valid argument. So what I'm saying is,
club. I just told you he ain't the best Brazilian in his league.
Okay,
what do you want me to say?
Brother, Vinicius' resume is better than any Ecuadorians that's ever lived.
I'm not talking about. Hold up. What does that have to do? What does that hold up? What does that have to do? No. Wait, Will. What country? What country you from? What country you from? What country you from? What country you from? Tell me, what country you from? Huh?
Say it again.
What country you from, Will?
I'm American.
You're American. Okay. What's your ethnicity?
I mean, like where are we going here? I'm
because you're coming for Ecuadorians, right? Because I'm Ecuadorian, so I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to be a fake Brazilian, a wannabe Brazilian, why you're trying to attach yourself to honors you haven't won. You talk about my country, talk about your country. You're not Brazilian.
So do you
I
think
speak about my country. I stand on Ecuador proudly. I stand on Ecuador proudly. I stand on Ecuador proudly.
Yeah, nobody said not to be proud of your country. What I'm saying is,
but you're trying to talk about my country while defending a country that ain't even yours.
Yeah, but
Brazilians don't rate Vinny. What do you want me to say? He's not valid in his own hood. His own hood don't even got murals up of him. He got Neymar. They ain't got Vinny. So what are we talking about here?
Okay, it still doesn't negate the point that he's bigger than any player that you've ever produced. I mean, like all these points.
But again, Will, your country
is bigger than your country.
Will, you say that you're American. You don't even want to recognize the ethnicity, and this own country don't even want to be here.
Okay,
you don't even want us to be here, and you out here talking about Vinny. You're here talking about bro, you're not Brazilian.
One of your most successful players in history, Christian. Like, okay, fine. So then Pulisic, then he'd be one of your most successful players ever. Stop it. Stop it. Like the point that you're making is irrelevant. It still doesn't negate the point that Vinicius would be the most successful player that your country has ever produced. So like it's all
you don't understand. Vinny, you can see that Vinny is one of the most successful Brazilian players ever in history, and Brazilians still don't rate him. He's still invalid in his own hood. So what are we talking about? Your argument, Brazilians don't care about it, bro.
Who cares?
And I'm telling you, this season he ain't even the best Brazilian in his own league. Tell me I'm wrong. Brazilians don't rate him.
Oh, no, wait.
You're out here trying to cape for Brazilians. You're out here trying to speak for Brazil. Like, oh, he'd be the most successful. He's to this day, right now, he's one of the most successful Brazilians ever in terms of resume. They still don't care about him back in his hood. He's still not valid in Brazil. What are we talking about?
That's not true. When you
he literally is. I speak to Brazilians on a daily basis, and you know that.
Hold on. Not every Brazilian is a Real Madrid fan. So if you don't support Real Madrid, and if you're Brazilian, then of course you're gonna slander him, right? Because
but we're talking about You said Vinny, if he came to Ecuador, he'd be the most successful Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
He in Brazil, right? He is one of the most successful Brazilians in terms of resume at this age right now, and they still don't rate him.
But he's already a legend.
So what does that have to do?
He's already a legend
for Real Madrid, not for Brazil.
But that's the pinnacle of football.
Brazilians don't care about that.
No, of course they care about that. What do you think that they care about somebody playing for Botafogo?
They do not. No. Steve, would a Brazilian not care more about that than what Vinny be doing in Real Madrid? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
No,
Thank you. I'm telling you, we're talking about stuff he don't even understand.
I don't really. Okay. Let's do the American example. Anthony Robinson balling out for Fulham is cool in and of itself. I don't really give a shit. If Anthony Robinson, Pulisic, and these guys ball out for America, that's what I care about. Way more.
It's not about what you do for your club. I think it's more to do for your country. And this is the thing, Will, right? Whatever my opinions on Vinny is, I think Vinny is a better player than Rafinha for me, all round. However, we just talk about Brazil, right? Wearing the yellow jersey of Brazil, right? And that's what you got to understand. You see how we judge players. It's not how Brazilians are going to judge it. They do not care about.
Bro, I don't give a fuck how Brazilians judge players.
But that's the thing. But this is the thing, though. It has to be said.
Like, bro,
if we're going to call him one of the best Brazilian players, bro, we have to see him.
Every Vinicius debate. Talk to me about what he does on a weekly basis, not what he does two times out the week.
No, I literally just told you on a weekly basis, he's not even the best Brazilian in La Liga right now.
Okay. So then by that, okay, fine. So then by your logic, Cole Palmer
that's what I started the argument with. Am I wrong? I started the argument saying he's not even Brazilian in this league.
Okay, fine. So then Cole Palmer is shit. Cole Palmer's having a bad second half. He's shit now.
Bro, do you see what I mean, bro? He can't even defend Vinny in his own league because Rafinha's been doing better than him this season.
No, I'm using your logic. Vinicius started off the season very well. The last 4 months, he's been shit. Cole Palmer started off very well. Last 4 months, he's been so then Cole Palmer is shit then, right? Yes or
if you want to say that, I ain't got no problem based on what he's doing right. Football is all about what you're doing for me right now. I've always believed I'm a Chelsea fan. If you're not performing right now, you can leave the next summer. That's always how it's been.
All right. So then Cole Palmer shit, yes or no?
If you want to call this current form shit, sure, go ahead. If you want to call this shit based off the current form, that's fine. I'm not defending, bro. I'm not going to defend the player. I'm not defending a player. I'm not going to defend the player who's not performing. I'm gonna defend players who are performing, and people want to say, "Oh, they're overrated." This is that. I'll defend that. But Palmer, bro, Palmer was bad, by the way, before he even stopped getting GNA. We were already having conversations, and you could fact check this. You could go to Casually FC. We were already saying Palmer's getting GNA, but his performances are worse than last season.
That is true. We've been talking about Palmer's
We've been
performances.
talking about that's what I'm saying.
Since
shit. You
since like October, since like
bro. But what? Okay, but what am I gonna argue? Because then they're gonna bring up facts.
Let me hear what Prime. What were you saying?
Like October, we've been talking about Palmer being shit. October, November. What is the point of this whole like screen?
No, because it's a Madrid segment, and we were talking. And
I said Vinny.
I know you guys are all speaking. I know it's a Madrid segment. What is the point of?
No, so we're talking about Madrid and basically the game and their performances and basically how bad.
I know you're talking about Madrid. I'm talking about RSM's argument. What is the point?
No, he's talking about Vinicius for Brazil, I guess.
Yeah, to bring up the national team every Vinny talk. Like I didn't know this was the World Cup.
For the national team, Vinny for Brazil, Vinny's not as best. But let's be real, Brazil in general, they're not good. So it's not a Vinny thing, bro.
No, we're not doing this. Hold on. The Copa America, he went up against actual.
Before you go, can I just say this to you, Prime? Right? Because we need to remember, bro. People, I know Brazilian football stinks right now. I get it, right? But I'm gonna be very honest, man. People need to remember Brazilian football, even in the 2010s, at some point stunk as well. You understand what I'm saying, right? Especially when Neymar was coming up. When Neymar was coming up, Brazilian football was bad. They had guys like Joe and Fred in their team. They were losing 7. Like, bro, that's why they got battered 7-1 by Germany in the World Cup. You understand what I'm saying, right? Okay. They were poor. But the thing with Neymar was, even at their poorest, bro, Neymar was always giving 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
Okay, but you're telling me things that I already know. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay, but who cares? But that's the thing. You know what it is? I've said this to even to you, Will, right? Where I'm like, at the end of the day, I want you to understand, bro. When it comes to Vinny, we judge Vinny based on high standards. So we're gonna use the standards of, okay, what are you doing for this club? What are you doing for a club or country? You understand what I'm saying, right? So that's why they always use the country thing, because people are gonna be like, well, you do it for Madrid, but when are we gonna see you do what you do for Madrid, for Brazil? So that's why they're always gonna use that caveat.
Just to be more fair and take it away from the national team, because Will wants to talk about the league, right? I would argue that Vinny as well in the league, even when he was getting GNA, he was doing up Palmer performances where he was not performing well. Yeah, he would end up getting the GNA. So I would also argue that this season his performances took a dip from what he was last season.
Yeah, Vinny hasn't been that at his best this season. Well, I gotta say this season for the last few months. In terms of the Brazil stuff, again, this is just being weird because Brazil in general are not good. You're talking about Neymar, but again, you're not. Hold on. I mentioned Neymar, but Neymar is like a freak. Neymar is like one of the probably top 3 players I've ever seen, at least in my kind of lifetime. So Vinny's not Neymar level, fine, but who cares? Not a lot of people.
No, Prime, and I agree, right? But when Endrick has already overtaken you for GNA with Brazil. Then that's my whole point, right? It's not that Vinny isn't Neymar.
I'm gonna check this.
It's not that Vinny isn't Neymar. It's that Vinny is severely underperforming Brazil. But again, I want to take it over the Brazil conversation.
He does underperform for Brazil, but do a lot of Brazilians.
No. Prime, stop. It's severely so.
I agree with you, but again, Brazil in general have not been good. So it's not just Vinny, bro. It's not just Vinny.
But as a talisman, as the one that everybody looks to in attack for Brazil, the ball tries to filter through him a lot. When you watch Brazil play, right, there are times when he drops a bit deeper because he wants to. Yeah. He feels like in Brazil for Brazil, he has to take that responsibility of doing what Neymar was doing. You can tell that's why it weighs on him.
He's not. But he shouldn't be doing that.
Well, then you can have an argument that obviously Doribal's a fraud, right? And he has no tactical structure, which everybody's already said, right? Dorival Jr. sucks as a coach. But that doesn't matter. My whole point, Prime, is that he is underperforming to a higher level than every other Brazilian on that squad.
Yes, again, I agree with you. But we also just said, but he's also not Neymar. He can't do everything.
We're not asking him to be Neymar, though. That's the thing. You don't need to be Neymar to be. Well, who did they go up against in the Copa America, bro? Where they lost? I think they drew or something. Who was it?
Uruguay.
No. It wasn't Uruguay. What was the country that you said that was full of plumbers and electricians? Who was it? Was it Paraguay? No, it wasn't Paraguay. It was
I think it was Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. There you go.
The one where he scored a hat trick, right?
No. I think against Paraguay.
It was Paraguay. It was Paraguay.
Yeah,
Costa
just
Rica.
Paraguay, because I remember.
That's what I'm saying. So against Costa Rica, you like, I'm so sorry. Your ability as a player, especially at that time, right? How he's performing in Real Madrid, should carry you against Costa Ricans who aren't playing in any top league.
It should. And I'm someone who like will say like Vinny's not the guy people think that he is. But again, nowadays in football, people should just accept players for what they actually are. You'll be a lot like if you realize what players actually are, instead of putting them to a high pedestal that they're never going to reach. Like,
yeah, I'm
you'll
with
feel a
Prime
lot
on this.
better, bro.
Yeah. No,
Like
that's why
again, I get it. He doesn't perform and turn up for Brazil. But we've been knowing this. But people expect him to do Neymar stuff. Why? He's not a Neymar. He's never going to be. That's why when he tries to do all these rainbow flicks and stuff in mid-game and it doesn't pop off, because he's trying to perform like Neymar, because everyone expects him to perform like Neymar. He's not going to do that.
Cook Prime.
He's not that guy.
But again,
But
Prime,
in the system, he's
the thing is, like, when you say you shouldn't expect him to, right? Are we the ones expecting him to do rainbow flicks, or is he the one trying to do rainbow flicks? Tell me.
It's Brazilians that expect him to play like Neymar and Dinho and all these guys when he's not that level. So he has to. That's why he has to do it. He's expected to.
So you're telling me so because he's expected to do rainbow flicks, you're telling me that's why he's doing rainbow flicks.
But you know,
because he's trying to show.
To be honest, I do agree with Prime there.
Like that's why he showed. That's why he tries to showboat and perform, because people expect him to do that, bro. He's Brazilian. People expect him to.
Okay,
but he's not that guy. He's not.
I don't think it's just a Brazil thing. I think it's a football thing as a whole.
But I do want to actually move on from this.
Yeah, but can I just say something quickly?
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I have not had a single say on the matter. I've been, if anything, I think I was gonna go to bed, bro. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, like that's how dead I am. But
cry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zeer.
Man said cry. There you are.
Yo,
Man said cry.
How are you gonna come here and trolls? Will
Man said cry.
Go ahead.
You know what? Guess what? You know what? I've had to say. You know what? You see, I'm wearing this whatever the fuck they call.
Oh yeah, well,
Malcolm is better than Vinny Jr. Hold that.
Wait, who?
Let's go.
He is Malcolm, you know. Man said Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm shameless. We're gonna be shameless
Malcolm
now.
from Porto.
Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Crazy.
You remember Barcelona?
The one who used to be in Barcelona. He's in.
Yeah.
Malcolm is crazy, bro.
Also, this stuff about
he's actually
Brazilian and stuff in La Liga. Let's see if Rafinha does this next season, because he's having a great year. Let's see.
No, listen, I don't.
Nico Williams.
No, hold up, Prime. You're not wrong. All I said is that this season he ain't the best Brazilian in his own league. That's
no,
it.
you didn't say this season. You just said he's not the best Brazilian. Don't try and add that little ass.
Hold up. Did I say that? Did I say that? No. Did I say that last season? I didn't. Vinny was putting up numbers. He was actually performing very well.
I'll be real, RSM. You're trying. Like, I get it. You want to cook well, but you're trying way too hard. Like, stop it, bro.
No, Prime. I'm so sorry. Like, again, Prime. When I'm telling you, no, Prime. Stop. Prime, hold up. I've been trying to be very nice to you for your takes on Brazil, but I'm telling you, as somebody as somebody who lives with Brazilians, I've watched every Brazil game, right? The thing is, the majority of the blame is to fall with Vinny. When Vinny is missing penalties for Brazil.
I know.
There's no one else.
I know he does this.
Like, there's no point. And this season,
I come from a country where there's big expectations on our players as well, bro. I understand.
No. Respectfully, stop, Prime. Respectfully, though. Come on, man. We're not doing this.
No,
Nigeria is giant, but come on, bro.
Guys.
You
know what
I'm saying? Like,
I know. I'm not comparing Nigeria to Brazil, but Nigeria is one of the biggest countries in Africa.
No, but
Zeer, I understand there's expectations.
Stick to Eder Valencia talk, bro. This is
okay, bro. Before you continue, but Zeer, please finish your point, because you actually got
no. But I actually didn't even get to start because Will just said cry. But he can continue crying about what happened in the Emirates, just like I can cry about what the hell just happened.
No, that was
yeah. But no, I was just gonna quickly. No, I'm just gonna keep it quick. I think what Prime's saying is spot on, but I don't think it's just with Brazil. I think it's with football as a whole. Like, everyone's just putting players in certain pedestals, and then the players see that online, and they're like, "Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that," and then all we do is we criticize them, and then we're like, "Well, they're not that guy." Yes, yada yada yada. The best example I can give you, and I don't know if we're gonna move on to it or we're not, but Leroy Sané. Premier League fans overhyped the living hell out of him. Yada yada yada. He goes to Bundesliga, joins us. What happens? looks like a pile of crap. So there you go. Sums up everything.
No. Hold on. Wait. But that's because of the ACL injury. Leroy Sané was a
ACL injury, but bro.
Yeah, he was.
Sané was
ACL injury. True, ACL injury. But again, you're not getting the point. The point is ego.
No. Fair enough.
Mentality, ego. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Not the fact that you're right, ACL, but that's not the point.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this before we do move on, because I do want to talk about Bayern Munich here. All right, but
can I speak about? I want to speak about this Real Madrid Barca.
Yeah, that's the Real Madrid. Yeah, I wanted to ask you. That's why I wanted to go to you. Go ahead. Talk to me about it. What did you think,
bro? that's one of the best, probably the best masterclass I've ever seen from Arsenal, bro.
Hate to admit it.
Bro, the absolute cooking, bro. Hey, Courtois was amazing in that first half. The amount of saves he was pulling off. I thought Rudiger, to be fair, also had a good game. But just Real's forwards just didn't, especially Mbappe. Like, everyone wants to have smoke for Vinny, but Mbappe is meant to be the best player in the world. Mbappe is meant to be the heir to Ronaldo and Messi. This is a guy that Real Madrid have been chasing 4 years to take over. Mbappe is the guy everyone should have smoke for, not Vinny. Like, I get it, we can criticize Vinny and that's fine, but let's have smoke for Mbappe. Let's talk about Mbappe. What did he do? Meant to be the big guy, big stage, and again, you're bottling it in Europe. Again, no one speaks about this though, because he has a World Cup that he won when he was a teenager, when he got carried by Pogba and them, man. And then he scored a Fugazi hat-trick in the last World Cup. We want to praise this guy. The guy to be world-class, and be the best in his position, A1. And again, you don't turn up in big moments. Against an Arsenal team that people were predicting were going to get smoked by Real Madrid.
Bro,
you did not turn up.
Bro, didn't Everton score against him, or am I misremembering?
Yeah, but that was from the penalty.
Let's talk about Mbappe. Everyone wants to talk about Vinny. Cool. Talk about Mbappe.
That's what I didn't even go at Vinny, to be honest with you. I didn't look at him.
No, I think all of them deserve smoke. Even Rodrigo.
He hold more smoke. Let's talk about Jude Bellingham. People talk about how great this guy is. Big moments again doesn't turn up. I keep talking about this guy. He's not as good as what people make him out to be. The guy's BLM Mason Mount, bro. He has no technical ability.
That is insane.
BLM Mason Mount. You are Black McTominay. You are not that good. I don't.
Mason Mount.
Around Madrid, but you have no security about you with the ball.
Yo, Will is losing his mind.
How is Bias a better midfielder than you in terms of being able to secure the ball? It's so crazy to me. So crazy.
What do you think about that, bro?
And hold on, Ancelotti, because I'm going to defend Will.
I'm not going to respond.
Will, no, I'm going to defend Will here, bro, because Will, I listened to you when you go on the terrace, and the way that earlier in the season when you were talking about Ancelotti, the way people were laughing at you. Real Madrid fans have been criticizing Ancelotti since he's came back, like the last few years.
Pretty much.
How bad this guy is tactically, and people don't listen because Real Madrid will end up winning the Champions League, and everyone thinks everything's perfect. Bro, Ancelotti is one of the GOATs, but tactically, the guy just doesn't really have it, bro. The same way Fergie was. Great coach, great manager, but tactically in big moments, the guy gets smoked. And
Prime,
no one
there's also again, Prime, there's also a reason why throughout his extensive managerial career, managing some amazing teams, he's never managed to defend a league title.
Never defended a league title.
That's
why I said this year.
Yeah, I think like that's the stat. Like he hasn't won back-to-back UCLs. He hasn't won back-to-back.
No, he's not.
Not even cups. Not even cups.
No. But again, well, cups don't. We're talking about major.
Well, so even outside of that, right? Like it speaks to the fact that like the league title one speaks to me that after one season, people figure out something tactically, or at least figure out enough to stop you from winning the title and getting points off you, and you're not able to adapt to that.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, Will has been literally yelling at the sky about Ancelotti
for
the entire season, bro.
When he's been talking about this on the terrace, and people
he's been losing his mind the whole season.
He's great. Real Madrid fans have been talking about this, whether it's Faisal as well, or it's Dave, the Real Madrid fan. they've been talking about this with Ancelotti.
Well, even Sam, I was messaging him.
Everyone just laughs as if like, oh, well, Ancelotti, and then they'll figure it out, and then they'll win the Champions League again.
Well, the issue is Ancelotti's weaknesses have been covered a lot by the individual ability of the players, bro. Like Bellingham, Vinny, like they were so clutch for so long that they were saving constant
these players that you guys created, this Vinny that you guys criticize, is why Ancelotti's still at Real Madrid right now.
Yo, bro.
I agree.
The amount of match winners that Jude had in his debut season, Omar.
It was crazy.
Omar, the amount of game winners that Jude had, bro. This guy was scoring a game winner damn near every week, bro. Jude was popping up with a goal. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, bro. That's what people were praising him for last season, bro. How many times were you guys?
He built his house.
He's an elite box crusher, bro. That first half of the season was elite.
Can I ask a question about Jude Bellingham? I want to ask
Zeer, hold on, Prime. Zeer,
hold on. It's gonna be for me. Like it's gonna be interesting because Ancelotti's probably going in the summer. You guys will get Xavi Alonso. He's gonna bring in a structure into your team. But I look at your team and I look at like there's no balance. Like you have Mbappe playing.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Sorry about that, lads.
Did your cat take her? Did Kulu take the
stop talking about Kulusevski, yeah? Leave him alone. He's sleeping. You know that now. Continue the conversation.
Speaking of Kulu, no, but when I got Real Madrid, like there's a severe lack of balance. Look at your forward line. Mbappe's not a striker. He prefers to play off the left, but you have Vinny there who plays off the left. So even though Mbappe is brilliant for balance, didn't make sense signing him. Rodrigo, he prefers to play off the left, but he can do a job on the right. But you have a front three of basically wingers. Like, where's the real structure in there? I look at your midfield, like your only real consistent creative player is probably Modric. Either Güler is good, to be fair, I rate him, but I don't think he gets enough game time in your team.
Oh my god!
It also has to be said that Madrid this season have been absolutely decimated by injuries to that back line, bro. It has been ugly at times, bro.
By the way, but that's what I rate about Madrid. The fact of, regardless of what's going on, there's still an expectation of you have to deliver and you have to keep pushing. So I rate that about them. You still need because you guys, because something like this getting smoked by Arsenal, like that's something that like. It shouldn't be happening to an Arsenal, bro. If it happens to a Barca maybe or a Bayern, then you know what? Fine.
Yo,
like an actual.
If you want to see us get smoked, April 26th, bro.
What's April 26th?
But no, that's my point.
Don't let them score 4 again, man. Please.
That's my point. If it's Barca, you know what? Fine. But to Arsenal, it's unforgivable.
Nah, facts.
It's up to roll. Arsenal.
Okay, to be fair, like Declan Rice is not scoring the free kicks again. Like, let's be real, bro. Those are really like he's never scored a free kick in his whole career, and he does 2 back-to-back bangers. Like, that's what I'm saying.
By the way, keep in mind.
That being said, Arsenal did deserve to win overall, but the scoreline was insane. Like,
okay, Zeer, what are you saying, bro? Because you.
No. Before Zeer goes, can I just say this? I was ending this. Let me just say this.
Fighting for his life over there.
Okay,
it's a great debate.
I will say this, right? All the criticism that we just been given Real Madrid, and they've been having the last 24 hours or so.
Yeah.
Bernabeu next week. If they go and they pull off this comeback.
They could, bro. That's the thing. I'm afraid, bro. So, I'm not gonna lie.
But they have to. But Real Madrid have to score within the first 10 minutes because that first leg, Real Madrid had chances in the first 10-15. Arsenal were shocked, and you didn't take their chances, and you allowed Arsenal to grow into the game. If Real Madrid went 1-0 up, Arsenal would have capitulated. But I
agree.
That's the thing. Fine margin. So Bernabeu. Listen, tell Perez to bring out the pig's head.
I got you. Hold up, Prime. I got you. Hold up. Here it is. I think this is it. Yeah.
Currently
at the Bernabeu, bro. In the basement of the Bernabeu right now, bro. In the basement of the Bernabeu.
Jump in.
All right. Understand. Okay, let's let
I'll
Zeer.
wait till everybody shuts their
Okay,
mouth.
Zeer, no problem, bro. You can wake up now. You good. Go ahead.
No,
good.
Zeer, I'm not
Wake
finished.
up.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. No.
Don't worry.
Oh,
No,
you're not
you
finished?
finished.
Oh, okay.
You're finished. You're finished. Okay, I'm muting you. All right, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
All right, first of all, anyway, because this club is shit as my red one. That's Al Hilal. That's as shit as Bayern, so it's okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So maybe.
No, wait, but what I want to say. No. Go ahead.
Or maybe I have to book a flight to New Jersey just to slap you in the face. Anyway.
Go ahead. Man.
Now, on a real note, though, first of all, the fact that RSM was talking about Rice will never score again, I think Rice should take free kicks over Odegaard because that guy, I don't know how he's scamming his way to free kicks. Secondly, what was it? The Real Madrid thing? I was gonna ask Will actually. Do you think Jude is misprofiled? Because you guys are talking about like him scoring this yada yada yada, but then you're trying to judge him as a midfielder. But then when he gets praised, it's based on his goals.
Yeah,
right?
So
it's all over the place.
Yeah.
When he was Borussia Dortmund, he was judged as a midfielder, and it's just so. Yeah.
Well, so it's like real quick, and then you can keep going. So with the Jude thing, remember Benzema left. We didn't sign a striker, so Carlo used him as like a false 9. Because remember, we bought Jude to be an 8, because that's what he's been his whole career as an 8. But we realized how great he was at crashing the box. So now we kind of keep him in like that role. So now people only want to judge him based off of GA. But it's like that's not his role anymore. Because now we have a guy that's playing down the middle.
Yeah,
so now
bro,
Jude's
who else?
deeper.
He said it himself. Who else in it? Who else? Remember in the Euros, he was doing all that.
Yeah, for England, who else?
I'm him. Yeah, we all
all that shape up spray, all that enhancement spray is getting in his eyes, man. He's struggling.
He's
man.
getting
The black spray, bro. The black spray.
The black spray. Bring it up. Hey, look, man. Respect Jude Bellingham, right? Dude is one of the best midfielders in the world. He walks into every team in the world, right?
No, he doesn't.
I think that prime.
Y'all guys not walking to my midfield. Don't even try that.
Brother, your midfield got Frankie De Jong or Casado. Fuck out of here.
By the way, can I just
start with me, Will? You don't want to grow with me, bro.
Hold on, wait. Let's Zeer go.
Go
ahead.
No, I think De Jong's been doing good, so I don't know how that's a diss. Like,
because he's better than De Jong. He's better than Danny Olmo. He's better than Feminine Lopez. He's better than Gavi. He's better than Casado. He's better, brother. The only midfielder.
Did you say he's better than Danny Olmo?
Yes. He's better. Olmo is better than Bellingham. What are you talking about?
Left. He stood up and walked away.
Brother, the only midfielder that Barcelona have that can talk to Jude is Pedri. If it's not Pedri, I'm not hearing it.
You know what it is, Omar? Hold on, Omar. I've already had these problems with Will,
so you're not gonna say Camavinga. You're not gonna say Valverde. No.
No, brother. I said at Barcelona, the only midfielder that can talk to him is Pedri. We're not talking about
no.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jude Bellingham's not even the best midfielder in your own club.
Brother, Jude and Valverde are two of the most complete midfielders in world football. They can play anywhere in the midfield.
Bro, that is
Jude and Valverde can play anywhere in that midfield.
Complete midfielders, bro. Jude
is
so good. You can start Jude in the 6, and he'll cook.
Guys,
in the 8, he'll cook.
I just
wait.
He'll
cook. Is my man smoking crack?
Go ahead,
This is how far PR gets you in life.
Oh my brother, I watch him.
Bro.
I watch him.
Hold on.
Every week I'm doing a watch along. It's not PR.
God damn, bro, chill.
It's not PR.
Bro, all I'm saying is if you're light skinned, you got a good shape up and a nice PR, bro, you're winning in life.
You're going places. No, you're going places. You're going places. He's
the Michael B. Jordan of football.
Is Tchouameni light-skinned? Is Tchouameni light-skinned?
This man said Jude in the 10, bro. Brother.
Okay. All right.
Wait. He said Jude in a 6, bro. Man said Jude in a fucking 6.
You know what, Jay? You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. James Madison in your 10?
Because if this was
James Madison run as your 10? Does Yves Basuma get minutes for your club? You don't know ballers. You don't know ballers. You haven't seen ballers in a while. You don't know ballers.
I mean, he had Gareth Bale and Harold.
Brother, with Gareth Bale, my man was
and he had
10.
Luka Modric.
He don't know life with Gareth Bale. He don't know life with Modric. He was 10. You don't know that life.
What is this guy on about?
Bro, can I respond?
Go ahead, Jay.
Listen, I know I might have touched a nerve by talking about Jude, innit? But just hear me out. I watched Rafa van der Vaart play for my football club, bro. Musa Dembele. These are midfielders, bro. Jude Bellingham is a luxury player. Let's have it right. He's a luxury player. He's a luxury player.
Nah, Jude's not even a luxury player. He's not a luxury player.
In your squad,
he's not a luxury player.
To be fair,
Jude's not a luxury player. No, but Jay, you're wrong though. Jude's not even a luxury player.
Mind you,
Jude is a player that you can have in your team when you know you're good.
He walked into Chelsea's midfield, but okay.
He doesn't.
Remember when they gave him the pity penalty? It's the same
He goes
thing
into
for me.
wait, who's in midfield?
I think it's
He said our midfield.
He walks into your midfield. He walks into Chelsea's midfield.
Cool.
No. Chelsea.
No, okay.
I walk into Tottenham's midfield.
Jay, I'll be real. The only person you can really debate is maybe Enzo, and even then, Enzo's technically secure.
Yeah, bro, he wants Enzo in his team.
Yeah,
talk about what is Enzo.
I want Enzo. I rate Enzo very highly.
He goes in ahead of Palmer. He goes in ahead of Caicedo.
No.
He goes in ahead of Enzo, is what you're saying.
Yes.
You don't ever played basketball on a double rim? Have you ever played with them thick ass rims? That's Jude Bellingham's first touch, bro. That's his first touch. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Well, that's nasty word.
I don't think that y'all watch Jude.
He said it looks like you're gonna make a bucket and it's gonna jump right out, bro. That's crazy.
I watched him when he was at Birmingham. I watched him when he was at
Dortmund.
Nah, Omar, you're a hater though.
I'm gonna try to give the most sensible opinion on Jude.
You're big.
Wait.
Shut up. Your midfield has Goretzka. I don't want to hear you speak.
I'm Goretzka.
Wait. You have Vasquez in your fucking team and he's so shit to the point they called Saudi police to make sure he stays here. You fucking
the police, you know. That's not actually alive.
Have fucking shame, bro. And that could never be my fucking player. You waste, man.
You at right back though. Interesting.
Perfect. Do you know who Jude Bellingham is?
Yeah, and he's a bitch as well.
Do you know who Jude Bellingham is? You know all the negative stereotypes people thought of Lampard. Just a goal scorer, no first touch, no engine. That's what Bellingham actually is, by the way.
There you go.
He's a bad version.
You don't
of
watch him.
Lampard.
You don't watch him.
That's Bellingham. Guess I do watch him.
Bro, but hold on.
No.
You know what it is? No, hold up. You know what? I think Jude is all jokes aside though. I think Jude is a very, very good player. I just don't think that he walks into every team. I don't think that every team needs him. I think there are areas. I think there are times when the game. I think there are times when I've seen the game go by Jude. I think that he's a very good player. But I don't know. I think he's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think like best in the world. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Wait, hold on, bro. Can I?
Jay, go ahead.
Chelsea have one of the strongest midfields in the Premier League, without a doubt. As in, with their fully fit team, they've got one of the strongest midfields in the league. Yeah. Watching Jude, what does Jude do that any other midfielder in the world does not do? He crashes. Cool. You're gonna say he crashes the box. I can name 5 midfielders that crash the box. Cool. He wins. He's physical. Well, to play in midfield, you have to be physical either way. That's like me praising a goalkeeper for saving a goal. Well, why the fuck can you use your hands then? The whole reason
Sanchez,
you use your hands is to save the goal. All I'm saying, is for me personally, as someone who watches Premier League football, if you put Jude, even if you put Jude in Man City, he gets dog walked. He gets dog walked, bro. He gets dog walked. The same way Arsenal dog walked him yesterday, he gets dog walked, bro. Because he's not the guy everyone thinks he is. Now, yes, he's a good player. He's a good player. Fine, we can say that. But to say people were comparing him to Zidane.
No. Like that's
How
like,
dare you? How
no way, but
mad
that's where it
is
gets
this?
crazy. Like that's where it gets crazy.
Hey, by the way,
Like,
to be fair, he got cooked by Bayern like every single
Will, can you
Bundesliga
see
season.
why
So.
people hold him to these
brother,
standards
your
now,
league
bro?
is shit. You could
No.
You
You rate him
everybody.
highly, so he should do a job
Nobody
at
cares
Dortmund,
about
right?
your
So
league,
you
bro.
rate him high, so he should be a talisman for Borussia Dortmund, right? You rate him
I've got one
highly,
more
you
point to make
scrub.
on my question.
You rate him highly.
Zeer, you absolute fraud. He won Bundesliga Player of the Season and then dipped.
And he
Wait,
didn't
wait,
fucking
wait,
deserve
wait,
it because he was shit.
Yeah.
From your
Will,
shit
wait,
league.
hold on. My
Nobody
question
cares
to Will
about the
is this, yeah?
Bundesliga. Go ahead.
Okay,
brother, go ahead.
Will, Jay has a question for you. Go ahead.
My question to you is this, yeah? Do you now see exactly why people are so harsh on Jude? When you put him up here, even if he's one step below the level you put him on, he's going to get slandered. It's the same thing that happened to Saka. It's the same thing that happened to Kane, Son. I can name so many players, yeah, that...
Enzo
Kane's a
Fernandez.
perfect example. Last season, top Bundesliga, highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga, bro. He literally physically could not have done more, yeah, but yet people were still calling him shit. People were still weren't trying to give him his praise. Why is that? Because we hold him up here. So even if you drop off a little bit, just a tiniest bit, you're gonna get cooked. And I'm sorry, but Bellingham does not put in consistent enough performances, yeah, to get the praise that he deserves. Why are we not talking about the back end of last season? Why are we not talking about the back end of last season?
Oh my god.
Well,
No, this guy's gonna have an aneurysm. Will, you're gonna have an aneurysm.
It's
You're not
okay,
gonna
From
bro.
January to May.
Now look, bro, it's fine. No.
Because you're a Madrid fan, you watch Madrid more than me.
No,
so I'm
no,
asking
no,
you
look,
as
bro.
genuine- as a man to man, brother to
Yeah.
brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Melanin brothers and all of that, yeah? I'm asking you a genuine question. What was his GA at the back end of last season? Now, I know you're going to say he shouldn't be known for GA. Well, that's what happens when
Now,
you
well,
get
to be honest, but to be fair, I'm not sure. I don't check the stats to know how much GA he had at certain
Okay,
periods.
no, that's fair enough.
But all that I'll say so that we can kind of move forward though is that
Yeah,
look,
move
bro.
forward. Yeah. Let's move.
For the people that don't rate
gotta
you,
include
that's
Bayern,
fine.
bro.
Trust me, us in Madrid, we are very happy with him. So we'll keep him while the rest of you guys don't rate him, and we'll just keep winning. And it's all good. I'm happy with my player. You're happy with your players. It's all good. You're like, we all shake hands and move on.
Hey, you know it's fine. Keep winning and keep getting dog walked by Arsenal, bro. It's fine.
Chelsea fans speaking to me.
Listen, do you know why this hurts me?
Chelsea fans speaking to me.
I wanted one thing, one thing. Just beat Arsenal.
What's going on?
You know I went on.
Will think that personally. He's like Chelsea fans.
This guy better be happy that we don't want Cole Palmer, or else he'd slap like one of your owners.
So you shouldn't be Timbers. So Palmer can be on the wing. Bellingham, okay. Well done.
Hey, look, bro. Point is, if I wanted one of your players,
one of your
players would disrespect your club to come here.
Wait, Will, is that the case? Will, is that the case? Because hold up. I know about somebody on my squad that said no. That signed the new contract when Madrid came running.
We never, brother. Aside from Twitter transfer rumors, there was never any serious links with us. And
come on, man.
Come on, brother. You always want to By the way, you always want to turn your nose up to the transfer pages on Twitter, but you want to believe it when
there was actual people saying that y'all were interested. In Reese.
No. But of course,
to take Son.
Hold on, wait. But if there's a good player, of course, interested. Of course, but that doesn't mean that we actually made a concrete effort to sign him. But of course,
no, I'm not saying you made a concrete effort. I'm just saying.
James the baller.
I know. I'm just saying. When the news came around that Madrid we're interested in, right? We're looking at. He signed a new contract. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, bro, you're lucky that Reece James's hamstrings is made out of Swiss cheese. Because if he was able to stay fit,
17 games in a row, respect my captain.
Because if he was able to stay fit, it would be Reece James instead of Trent.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Reece James is better than Trent. Y'all would have gone in for Reece James.
Just so you know, if Reece James is so good that God had to nerf him by making him injury prone.
That's true.
If he was able to stay fit, he would be in Madrid and not Trent.
I know about that, but he's better than Trent.
Shout out to Reece James' hamstrings for saving him at Chelsea.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, shout out Reece's hamstrings. Well, here's the thing. I'm not worried. If we all want any of our players, fine. But with the contracts are all long, you're paying an extortionate amount. You can take Enzo. I don't care for him. It's fine. But you're paying an extortionate amount.
It's not an extortionate amount because you're going to lose money on him.
It's consecutive. Because, bro, he paying consecutive life sentences at Chelsea, man. Like, is
But you'll never get that money back, though. Like,
bro, we're gonna get close to it. I'm gonna tell you right now.
No, bro, you'll be like
consecutive life sentences, bro.
like
You know how long that is? That's one after the motherfucking other.
I think that you guys are gonna have a reality check when one of those players who are on a big contract leaves for money that you don't think he should have left for. Because like, let's not act like Chelsea are gonna be getting like 120 million for a guy like Enzo, bro. You guys paid like 100.
No. I don't think we're getting like 120 or anything like that.
He's going for max 70. Like you're gonna.
No, bro. He going for 80. He going for 80. He going for 80. Stop, bro. He going for 80. He going for 80. Around 80, bro.
Lavia being injured, he would be relegated to the Conference League squad, bro. Like what we saw earlier.
Bro. He going for 80, man. He going for 80. I'm saying right now, he going for 80, bro.
Prime. You think that
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
He said that he said that if Enzo Fernandez was to leave, it would be 80 million minimum. Do you believe that you guys would get 80 million back for Enzo Fernandez?
Yes.
Real Madrid wants him. Come on. If Real Madrid wants him, you pay the money.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's paying you 80 million, dog.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're not getting in the door if you're not putting 80 in the table. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, Will. But that's my point. When you said if Real want any of our players, that they'll come to us, and I said I'm not worried because you're going to have to pay an extortionate amount.
So you'll keep players that want to leave.
So if you don't think Enzo's worth 80 mil, then fine.
So you want to keep players that would leave, like that they want to leave.
If Enzo wants to leave so bad, fine. Like I'm not defending Enzo. I don't care for him. He can go. Like
not just Enzo. I'm talking about just like in general, right? Like if any player like hands in a transfer request, then
they haven't. Well, they haven't so far. So I don't know.
No, I mean, but you miss out on.
Can we get onto the Premier League? I want.
We're not missing out on Champions League. We're getting Champions League this.
All right, guys. We spent over an hour.
We gotta cook Bayern, man. We gotta cook Bayern, bro.
Let's talk about Bayern.
They got chefed up by Olive Garden FC at home.
Listen, man. We spent so much time talking about Madrid. Now it's time for us to talk about another team who lost.
Yeah.
Hold that,
Zeer.
Hold that,
brother.
Hold that, Zeer.
It was at home against Inter Milan. I thought that you guys want to at least do the job at home, maybe get like a win or like a shadow win or like a draw. But yeah, you guys couldn't even do that. Unfortunately, the old Bayern turned up, and yeah, guys, you've lost the first leg at home.
Omar, they had to wheel out their senior citizen to get them a goal, man.
Dude, let's ask him, man. Let's ask the guy himself.
Speaking of senior citizen, I'll get that guy up right now. Thanks for reminding me, bro.
Yeah, anyway, but go ahead, Zeer. I'll let you say whatever you have to say, man. Talk to me about the game, right? And the performance. Floor is yours.
Where do I even begin?
Start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning? Okay. Let's put it this way. Before I tell you how the game went, I expected it really. Because anyone that's seen Bayern play this season under Vincent Kompany will know all we do is U-shaped football, pass, cross the ball, maybe score, maybe not, block, whatever, forced long shots, and that's kind of what happened, man. You know what I mean? And Inter took advantage. You know what it is? Like, I will say, I am pretty shocked at the start that Inter kind of were open, and that's where we got our chances. Like, for example, Kane missing. This guy, bro. When it matters most, where is he?
Bro, Kane's miss, bro. Oh my.
That was insane.
I went back to watch that miss, right? I was like, brother, from that angle, bro.
He had the underneath.
How?
Underneath that Bayern.
Bro, Jay. I think your club is it's.
No, it's not Spurs. No, we're not just playing Spurs here. We're not just playing Spurs here. You know, Harry Kane's also an Arsenal fan. He's double fucked. He's double team.
We got it.
Yeah,
and he's also English. He's not winning a trophy ever, bro.
By the way, that's not the only chance. Guys, that's not the only chance. He had a header that he had in front of. He literally had the ball to Sommer's hands. That was one of the priors.
Bayern are smart. You saw Kane this summer, bro.
Dude, Kane is making 480,000 a week. to miss those type of
48,000
chances,
euros.
bro.
Oh yeah,
A
48,000
week
euros.
to miss those kind of
by the way,
chances, bro. Nah,
bro,
man.
and by the way, that's the highest
Sorry,
paid
bro,
player
we're
in
not
the
gonna
club.
allow you to
Highest
just
paid player.
You have to.
destroy
Yeah, I
Kane
ain't gonna
like
lie, Zeer. You gotta sue him for your money back, bro. Cause that miss
Kane's the
is
second top
criminal.
goal scorer in the
That
Champions
miss is
League.
criminal,
Yeah?
bro. You gotta sue for your money back.
No, but guys,
Wow.
guys. I know where Jay's gonna go at, and to be honest, I agree. I don't want to put it all on Kane. Like, yes, Kane should have scored, but bro, there's other things we need to question here.
Yeah,
Like,
go ahead.
seriously.
Talk on it.
Like, the only player I can really say that got away with a good performance, Olise, obviously. That guy is a baller. He was the only reason. He's the only reason why Inter was kind of shook in the beginning. You know what I mean? And he's the only one that won the ball, was free roaming, trying to make things happen. Guerrero, which by the way was shocking that company put him in a 10, but it worked out. Fair enough. And but then again, yeah, it did work out. But I will say though, Muller should have started. You could have put Guerrero on the left because Zane.
I thought Muller should have started too. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah. Boy, wait.
What?
Again, Guerrero on the left because this Zane guy again, utter garbage. But you know what? For once, better than usual. Still shit. Anyway, we move. Goretzka, not the worst player in the world. Joshua Kimmich, where are you? Another guy that, again, you hold him to a high standard, right, people?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Where is he? By the way, I also want to say about Joshua Kimmich because I see there's Prime, there is RSM, there's Jay who supports Premier League's clubs. I'm gonna tell you something with Joshua Kimmich, and I mean, some people are gonna like it, some people actually I agree, some will not. I feel like if Joshua Kimmich was in the Premier League, he'd be exposed.
Ooh.
Mm.
That's valid. That's
That's not a bad point. I was about to say that's not a bad point.
And I'll tell you guys why. The reason why I think if he was in the Premier League, he'd get exposed, not because of the dictating play. No, I actually think he's good at that. Where he would get exposed is the defensive work.
He's too passive.
Yes.
Exactly. The
Way
defensive
too passive.
work is where he would get exposed, which is why I rather have. I know right back is a defensive position, but he does a better job at right back. Like, I get it. This season, I'd say for the past month or two, he's actually been doing good in midfield. But when you play against Inter Milan and your set pieces are off, you know, that's another thing I have to question. His set pieces, oh my days, poor. You know what I mean? And then at times you're getting bodied and you're getting outclassed by Barella. By the way, Barella, what a baller. Can I just say? That guy absolutely cooked. You know what I mean?
Oh, by the way,
Such a baller, man.
Chelsea wanted Barella in, was it January 2019?
Did you get it?
But we decided no. We decided no. We have Mason Mount on loan in the Vitesse.
Yo, bro said, "Did you get him?"
This man said.
No, but guys, on a real, like, back to us, like, bro, like, listen, like, Goretzka, good defensive, but Joshua Kimmich, bro, I'm sorry, like, that guy just bunts the reach.
So, Zeer, my question would be for you: is there any hope that you have for that second leg, or do you think it's just over?
Brother, can I be honest with you? I think we shouldn't even go to San Siro, bro. Just forfeit.
I mean, bro, but you're only
really
down, though.
So hold up. So you're saying there's no chance?
No. I'm gonna tell you exactly why forfeit, even though it's just 2-1, because Inter are going to play the greatest. They're gonna the greatest park the bus masterclass ever. They're gonna fill their back line with trucks. They're gonna form a great wall of Miezza. So what's the point in us even trying if we can't do the job at home? Just stay at home. Let Inter Milan go to the semis. Let Barcelona try to deal with them. Not like I think they will, because I think.
Wait, who's playing the same day as you guys?
Madrid and Arsenal.
Yeah, listen. You know, Khalas, everybody go watch Madrid. You know, let the Bayern players go watch the match. You know,
nobody even cared about the Bayern.
Yeah. Inter Milan can go watch the match too. Khalas.
Yeah,
maybe. Bro, why am I gonna waste my time and energy watching us keep the ball for 90 minutes and do fuck all with it? Why am I gonna do that?
So there's no hope in a company masterclass, is what you're saying? No company masterclass.
No. By the way, bro,
what if you guys get an early goal, man? If you guys score, the tie is back. Literally.
Yeah. Back, and you know what's gonna happen, right? You know exactly what's gonna happen. Inter Milan's gonna score again. You know when Muller scored? first attack, goal, already goal. Bro, I'm not kidding. Immediate instant response. You would think we're playing EAFC FUT Champs, guys. That's how it was. Well, wallahi.
Bro, he played
wallahi,
60. He played 60 minutes and got
Wallahi,
one goal.
wallahi, Will, like.
Will
at
Duncan
this
is
rate-
crazy. Will Duncan is crazy.
You know, Will, I find it funny that you do that.
Oh man.
But I want you to know this is this season and that was last season.
Hold that.
Enjoy.
Hold that.
Fuck that. Hold that. Yeah. You can do that.
Xabi Alonso owns-
Hey, if you want, if you want, even though you
Xabi
didn't
Alonso
watch
Did you just say
the match,
Xabi Alonso?
I can go find. You know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
we're
Will is
gonna
so
find.
shameless. He said Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, I had a question. I wanted to ask you.
And by the way, wait. Did he say Xabi Alonso?
He said
Yes,
Xabi Alonso
guys.
owns it. Yes.
Well, no, wait. Yeah, he owns me.
That's maybe gonna be the first fucking time we actually own Real Madrid because he ain't fucking ready, and we proved in the Champions League.
Oh, get him.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
I didn't see
Anyway,
Bayern going invincible last season.
No. Get him, please. Get him, please. He's
Yeah.
not gonna be playing. He's not gonna play Mbappe. He's not gonna be playing Vinny. He'll just play. I don't know, Jude. That's it. Maybe that's how he
but
approaches
there-
the games.
But Zeer, like
So,
all jokes aside, though, you should actually be thanking Xabi Alonso for making your league relevant for a season because aside from him,
I
mean,
never wanted my league to be relevant. I just want to win. I don't give a fuck. You see, this is the problem with you people.
Yo,
Bro, Will,
Yo,
you are
Omar.
a Real Madrid fan. You should be wanting to win. Who gives a fuck
Yo,
about
Omar.
competition?
Yo,
Yeah.
Who
There
cares?
was a tweet from this Bayern account called like Musiala era,
Musiala era.
and he was like, "Yeah," and bro was like, "Oh, this Madrid this Madrid disaster class covered up the Bayern stinker," and somebody was like, "Brother, we just don't give a fuck about Bayern."
Nobody cares.
and that shit had like 20,000 likes.
Will, I saw a tweet that said if you type into Google right now FCB, Bayern is not popping up.
It's Barca.
That is yo, nah.
But in my opinion, that's hella disingenuous because let's be honest, that the other FCB that don't pop
No,
up.
I'm
is the one that usually-
Zeer, I'm messing with you, bro.
show.
I
Guess
know,
what,
I know.
bro? It's right there. If I didn't put the two clubs in there, they would be wondering. They'll be wondering which FCB we're talking about.
Like we'd all know that it's just Barca because that's the relevant club. Like
Yeah,
we all
well,
just
you
know
can, well, you can call them relevant all you want, but you know deep down who does the better job when they usually face in Europe. Okay.
No, but Zeer, if you
You can continue chatting, guys. You can continue chatting. You can continue chatting. It's okay. Wait, sorry, I'm up.
I could tap FCB right now and see what pops up.
Well, it will
Let me
probably
see,
pop
let me
up.
see,
Also,
let me see, let me
no
see.
problem. But like, that's not the point. The point is
official Barcelona website.
You can guys.
FCB Global Big.
Wait.
First
You can
business
enjoy
big
the
from
relevant
before
party.
Bayern.
I don't care. You can enjoy the relevant name. All I care about is winning, bro.
Do you win? Because we don't even pay attention to know.
Oh yeah. You don't pay attention because you're ignorant as fuck. That's
The
why.
only time that I notice Bayern is in like the knockout stage. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about Bayern. Fucking hell.
I forget about my fucking hell. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
man. Yo, look, like the only time that we care about the Schnitzel League is if you're playing Dortmund, who are
Zeer, how are you letting him chat to you crazy, bro?
Oh, this guy lost 3-0.
Zeer, he lost 3-0 to Arsenal. How are you letting him speak to you with chest? Zeer, fight back.
Well, you know what? No. Wait. I'm gonna humble this bitch. You know the same. Wait. You see, you know when you lost to Arsenal 3-0 at the Emirates? Yeah, we fucking beat them 5-1 there. Have some fucking shame and decorum, right? Last season, this same fucking no, shut the fuck up. This same fucking Arsenal team, last fucking season, we fucking humbled these motherfuckers. Yeah, when they were saying pray for Bayern, we fucking humbled them. What the fuck did you do this time? This is the same fucking Arsenal team. And by the way, that Arsenal team we faced was in a better fucking state than this fucking Arsenal team. Have some fucking shame.
Okay, so then after you beat Arsenal last season in the UCL, you went on.
Yeah, enjoy beating us. Who gives a fuck?
Like, what'd you do after that? Like, what'd you do?
No, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But you need to know your role a bit.
Like, what
know
are you
your role a bit.
The point is, we talk about right fucking now. Yeah? Allow it.
By the way, we're probably going to
Bayern.
win.
How about that? Fuck Bayern Munich. How about that? How about that? Little shit club. Little shit club with your little shit players.
Shit club, bro.
Yeah.
We are neck and neck.
Yeah.
We're neck and neck and head to head.
How about that? How about that?
You know what? It's time to show.
Better than
You're a historian, aren't you? You're a historian, aren't you? When it comes to football.
Yeah, I am. Go ahead.
So when you look at head-to-head between Madrid and Bayern, isn't it pretty close?
No. Fuck pretty close. Who's won more?
No, fuck pretty close. No. Yeah, you won more Champions League.
Yeah, look like I'm trying to get points for being in the Who's won more?
No. Because you want to show Casella. You want to show Casella.
Here's the thing.
You want to show the Casella moment.
I'll say this now. In my lifetime of watching football, I think I've only seen you guys I've only seen you guys knock out Real Madrid at the Champions League 2 times. It was like in 07, 06, 07, and 2012, 2011, 2012. But since then, I'm not gonna lie. Since then, you guys have played in the Champions League a few times.
Omar. One of my first footballing memories is watching Chelsea beat Bayern, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you remember the year you guys won the treble? You were defending your title.
That's not even trying to diss you. It's like I was so young that one of the first things I remember.
Guys. All right, you know what? No, you know what?
All right.
This is getting ridiculous now. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
When we count on Champions Leagues, let's get through a combined 11.
Wait, combined 11 of what?
Oh, what?
You don't get that.
Real? Or
You don't get it. You don't get it. I'm making a joke. Relax. If all you guys.
Listen. Look. I will say this now, right? At the end of the day, you know what? I knew when I brought these two here today, right? Even though both of their teams lost, I knew at some point it would go up between Zeer and Will, because eventually they just
so easy to just get underneath the skin. So I just had to.
Yeah.
It's like 4 a.m. You feel me? Like Zeer's a little bit tired. I knew that it was easy bait, so I just
Shame.
Careful, bro.
Yeah, and then I don't know if Liam's watching as well, but fuck yourself. Hold that.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro.
Liam,
you know him.
I speak for me. I speak for me. I don't speak.
Yeah, I know. That's why I invited you, not Liam. Because if Liam was here, bro, I don't think Will you've been able to say the things here, because that guy is too shameless, bro. He would just he put the glasses on and he would absolutely cook.
But by the way, just to put some respect in our name, but we don't care about Bayern. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm only saying this because that's an indictment of how far we usually make it.
31 points versus the Mavs?
No.
I'm watching it right now, bro. He's giving them. I'm not even gonna say what he's giving them.
No. Oh, we don't care about Bayern this stuff, but we make it far in the Champions League.
He dropping threes, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, Will, we faced each other. Like, what was it? So I don't know how many times. I'm not gonna count, but you have 13
the last 3 times you faced them in the competition
and 4 draws. Like, the point I'm trying to make is we faced each other so many times. In I think the total is 28 times we faced each other. Right, so that's an indictment of how far we both make it. So the fact that you just disrespect us is crazy. Yeah, we have 6 Champions Leagues. That's like the 3rd most. We don't care about Bayern though. Okay, then.
That's it. 6.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, what? You're the only one ahead of us, other than AC Milan with 7.
Fucking 6. Okay, imagine having.
Okay, say that to Barcelona. Yeah, say that to Barcelona. Apparently, this relevant club. Hey,
look, bro. The last time that Barcelona won a UCL. I think Obama
was 5. 6. AC Milan 7.
Yeah, shout out Obama, man. Shout out Obama.
No, I'm saying keep the same energy. That's what I'm saying.
2014. 10
years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. You know what I was doing 10 years ago, bruv?
What were you doing 10 years ago? This absolute.
I don't even know.
You were new to the game. That's what you were doing. You were new to the game. You probably even.
No, I'm gonna be really fucking blunt. Will, you are just one lucky motherfucker that you became a football fan when Madrid started winning everything back to back. That's what it is.
The first final I've ever watched, Barca versus Juve, because that's the same season that I became a fan.
I thought it was the year before when you.
It was after the World Cup. Remember, Barca won
after the World Cup.
After the World Cup. Yeah, after James, bro.
14-15. I was like, shit, you think it's kind of nice. And then been downhill since then. There was still fatback TVs, bro. You couldn't even have a bro.
Shout out fatback TVs, bro. Sierra TVs.
Yeah, look, come on, man. Like Omar be damn. I remember when we won a UCL. Like reminiscing. That's how long ago it was.
Reminiscing this absolute.
Yeah.
What do we win this treble again this year, bro?
Hey, Will, you know what's crazy?
Will, you can't. Will, please. Will, all I
Will.
ask is do not let them put 4 past you again in the Copa del Rey final, bro. Please.
He doesn't know. He will be
Bro.
back on True Ballers FC. I'm cooking this guy, bro. You
just-
be here,
bro. You
we
can't
will
be,
do a cooking
bro.
session,
You please, bro. They can't put
Hey,
you on
Will,
all
Will,
fours
you know-
again, man.
you
It's,
know
it's
what's
too much.
crazy?
Go ahead,
The
Prime,
last
go ahead.
time Barca won the Champions League, Jose was still considered a world-class manager.
Yeah, he was
Damn.
winning the league with Chelsea, to be fair, that year.
Damn.
You wanna know what's crazy, bro? Do you know that the last time that we
Pep
played
Guardiola was still at Real Bayern Munich, by the way.
Do you know that the last time that we
Yeah, and guess what? He fucking failed.
Do you know the last
Yeah.
time that we played Barca in the Copa del Rey final? They beat us.
Oh, I know.
time.
Oh, great. Here he's gonna bring
Then,
it up.
then,
we
right
know
there,
this
Phil
moment.
took Mark
You know,
on a
he
100
said,
meter
why do you have to bring it up? This absolute fraud, man. Sitting here I remember that game. You know what's funny, right? I will never forget, bro. I was watching that game in like there was, you know, like in a Gambian beach, right? There's like a club where basically people can watch games, right? Bro, when Gareth Bale went past Batra, bro, Batra literally pummeled him away. I thought, all right, good, man, Batra. And I just saw from the corner of like the box substitution areas, this guy was still running. I'm like, Batra, he's behind you.
Yeah, bro.
Before he even realized that this guy, bro, I'm not gonna lie,
History will repeat itself, hopefully.
that goal pisses me off so much. But listen, man, we're getting our revenge this year, man. It doesn't matter. So
All right.
Do you guys remember when Messi promised to bring back the Champions League to the new camp?
Oh
Yeah. Then bro was crying at the new camp when he had to go to PSG.
no, it wasn't.
I would cry back to go to
the year that
PSG
Liverpool
too. I ain't
knocked
gonna
us
hold
out.
you.
It was the year that
No, bring
Liverpool
it-
knocked us out, I think. Yeah, because he said he
Wait,
was
no
gonna
way.
bring it.
Wasn't
I mean, to
that?
be
Wait.
fair, I will say this now. It's not his fault that the
Damn,
rest
bro,
of the
Messi's
team.
a liar.
If
No, I'm
if
sorry,
bro,
no. Will.
She's a liar.
That-
That's the promise
bro,
that
that
No,
Will
look,
Smith, bro,
At the end
that
of the
Will
day, right? I'm sorry.
Messi
I
lied.
can't point the finger at Messi, bro. Messi promised to win the Champions League. Bro, he dragged us all the way to the semifinals against Liverpool, gave us a 3-0 lead, and because our team couldn't defend, we ended up losing that game. It's not his fault. He did his job in the other side of the field. It's
Didn't
not his
write
fault
text
the rest
that
of the
you
defenders
can't
was
cash.
So you're saying
Hey,
that he
Will,
didn't track back.
Well, you know what's funny, right?
Yeah, bro.
But when it's Vinny for Brazil, we can't use the excuse. The team
I mean,
isn't
but
good
Vinny
anymore.
never said that we're gonna win the World Cup or win Copa America. Vinny's never
I'm
said
just
that.
saying, when it's
Now,
Messi,
Vinny
you
said
have
that.
all these excuses.
Hold on, wait. Okay, so let's say it goes. If Vinny came out right now and said, "I guarantee that Brazil is winning a World Cup," and then if he goes out there and does
Not
not
too
win
bad,
the World
guys.
Cup and drops
No,
fingers,
Bro,
I would
bro,
never
that's
do
what-
that again.
We're not doing the Vinny
That's
talk again.
what
I'm just gonna
Dorval
say
Jr.
this.
said before.
No, guys, I promise we're not gonna
Oh,
do the
man.
Vinny talk again.
You
I'm
don't
just
run
gonna
getting
say
stressed out. This is what runs
This is Will. Here's the thing. I think I've said it before. The point that you miss with us is I don't. At the end of the day, whether Brazil do well or not, it's not what I point the finger at Vinny for.
Nah, bro.
If Vinny is doing his job and the team is not doing well, I'm gonna point the finger at the team and say, "Yo, Vinny is putting top class performances, and you guys are screwing it up because you guys are not pulling your weight in the squad."
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Sometimes it feels like he's not pulling his weight in the team. That's where my criticism of him comes from. But listen, like I said, we're not doing this
so
whole
guys,
Vinny talk.
question
W
though.
show, by the way. W show.
What do you guys think
Yeah,
is going to be the more interesting game? Is it going to be Arsenal Madrid or is it going to be Inter Bayern?
Arsenal
I
Madrid.
think
Arsenal
Madrid,
Madrid.
Arsenal, to be fair, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
You
lie.
think that you think that Madrid are going to try to stage a comeback?
Guys, if we see a goal in, bro, this is why I haven't said the tie is over. I mean, Will is saying the tie is over. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't
I
say
just
it's over.
feel-
I just said that we have a 5% chance.
I feel like if you guys get a goal before in the first 5 minutes, Will, I can
Listen,
see that.
if there was ever a time for Vinny to redeem himself,
Oh yeah,
You know
Bro,
what's funny, right?
Vinny-
So just
Vinny
like-
has a game.
So just like real quick, I think the game's gonna go just like this. I think I already said it here. Shit.
another 3-0.
2-3-1,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So it's like I said earlier. We will go up 2-0, and then Arsenal will hit us with the dagger. Because we'll just be too old.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but I do think that it'll be like, oh shit, yo, it's 3-2 on aggregate.
So you guys are gonna like win the game 2-1, but still lose the tie. Okay, I hear it.
Yeah, like that's kind of how I see it
Wait,
going.
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
transition, we're
So
just like,
Arsenal are gonna Madrid. Crazy.
yeah, hey, look, bro, in transition, like this is, bro, like the Bernabeu aura in 2025, bro, it just don't hit the same. Next year though, it'll hit, but nah, like this year.
We'll see. Wait till we see the transfer window first before deal with your problems first. But listen, guys, very quickly before we do wrap up, because we spend a lot of time in this Europe, right? But I do want to talk quickly about the Premier League, right? Did you guys see that Manchester derby in the weekend, right?
I wish I didn't. Bro, I watched the Chelsea Brentford game and I thought surely this is gonna be the worst match of the day.
Bro, I know.
I didn't watch it.
Bro, that Manchester derby was somehow even worse than the Chelsea Brentford. No, bro, it was so bad. It was so bad, bro. Both teams just lacked absolute quality.
Like these two teams are finished well. Like what?
They're finished.
Like
No. United's front line. No, this might be unironically the worst front line Manchester United have ever seen in their entire history, and I'm not joking. They are bad, bro. They are that bad.
Bro, it's a joke.
Where are they in the Prem? Where are they in the Prem again? What place are they?
Well, I think they're 5th, aren't they? Like something like that in the table.
Bro. Because I need to figure that out.
Who are you talking about?
We're talking about the Manchester derby.
Yeah. The Manchester. What?
You said where they are in the league.
No, yeah, they're 13th. Yeah, they're 13th. And you know what? They deserve to be 13th, bro. Okay. So hold up. So let me read you some stats, right? Above United is Brentford. Brentford have scored 51 goals. United have scored 37.
Jesus Christ.
United have 2 more goals than West Ham. Wolves in 17th have more goals than United, bro. Bro, they're one of the worst. I'll tell you, like, I think they're literally like bottom 5 worst attacks in the league, man. They are bad, bro. They're not good.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Will, did you do a watch along for the Manchester derby? Thank God, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because you would have been bored to tears if you watched that game, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't done a Premier League watch along in a minute, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Prem is just so dead.
The Prem is over, bro. Prem is over.
That's the thing, Will. I wanted to do I'm not gonna lie. I was planning on doing the Chelsea Tottenham game, right? But I had like so many stuff I had to do in the house, so I was like, I ended up having to cancel the watch along. I had the game on my TV, right, watching the game. Bro, while I was cleaning up, I was watching this. I was like, "Oh my God, this game actually stinks."
You know, Chelsea Tottenham wasn't that bad. I would argue Chelsea Brentford was worse by.
No. It's not as bad. It's not as bad. I think the Brentford was worse, but that game wasn't good. And I was like, bro, thank God I do a watch along for that. I would have been sleeping on the stream, bro.
That's a fact.
I'm not even kidding.
Caicedo got robbed of that goal. Caicedo got robbed of that goal.
You know what it is? I've said that this is why I always say, for me, quality-wise, I've always said, for me, the La Liga always trumps the Premier League when it comes to quality. Because when we watch Real Madrid versus Leganes, many people on paper looked at that game and thought, yeah, easy dub for Madrid. You understand what I'm saying, right? 3-0, 4-0 Madrid. Bro, that was one of the most entertaining games I've watched in a while, bro. Like, Leganes came to play football. They were not coming in there like, all right, let's just sit back, soak up the pressure. No, when they had the ball, they were actually trying to get some goals in that game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but against a shit Real Madrid.
Have to jump though, guys. Big up, man.
Hey, big up. We'll take care, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man, for coming in, man. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Prem is pretty much finished. I think the positive that I'll take obviously out of it is that City didn't win, right? We can't have them getting points on us in terms of the race for Europe. But yeah, man, that was poor quality. That's what I'm saying. I think for me personally, I think Villa is going to hopefully tire themselves out in the competitions that they're in, and that'll drop their form. I think Newcastle is going to get Europe, so I think that 5th spot is between us and City. And while I think we have the harder run in right at the end of the season, I think City, as shown in the United game, bro, they can just not score a goal. Like they are still very, very poor. And you got to remember, Haaland is injured, so that is going to impact their ability to win games 1-0. And that's why I think City are going to continue to be very inconsistent. So in terms of that, like, I think it's going to come down to who's able to scrape by the most points at the end of the season. I don't think there's going to be I don't think anybody's going to pull clear. I'll say that much in terms of the race for Europe. I think it's going to be very scrappy between all the teams, and it's not going to be pretty football whatsoever on anybody's side.
Bro, that was the thing, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't even think of any highlights about in that game. There was none. It was that bad, bro. There was nothing to really like. I would say the best thing to come out of
the Marmouche shot was kind of a nice shot. That one opportunity that he had, it was a good shot.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it was dead, bro.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Since that game was so boring, I'll probably just move on. I mean, obviously you and Prime are here, so I'm gonna ask you both, right? Because here's the thing, Addison. I was obviously on your watch along when you were doing the Chelsea Brentford game, bro. Like 0-0. Like, bro, talk to me, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. What's been going on with Chelsea in the second half of the season, man? You guys have really fallen off a cliff in the second half of the season, to be honest, man. And that game against Brentford, like I'm not gonna lie, it was poor. It was very, very poor, right? In front of goal, like Kunku. I saw what's his name, what Lewis was saying about him.
It was so dead, man.
Like,
I would say, I'll say this much, right? Okay, so I think the first place that I would look towards is the players, right? So I think the injury crisis that we had really killed us, because we had to play with Nkunku in the 9 for a lot of games, and Nkunku in the 9 is dead, man. He can't press. He's uninterested. You can tell he's out of the club. He doesn't want to be here anymore. He doesn't even try. Like, he's a net negative when he's on the field. As much as people want to, and I'll say this, people, I rightfully complain about Sancho doing nothing. I would argue Nkunku is worse than nothing, because in that first half, there were times where we were filtering the ball to Nkunku. He could have gone through on goal, created a goal scoring opportunity, just absolutely messed up his touch, didn't even shoot the ball. Like, they're like just poor overall, man. And he single-handedly was killing our attacks. Not that we were, scintillating or amazing, but Brentford weren't having a defensive masterclass. I think you can say that much, Omar. They weren't clamping us up either. They were giving a shit. We were just poor. And I mean, I could say the same for I could say the same for Brentford. Brentford were poor in front of goal. It was a poor showing for both teams overall. Well, so I look at the players, right? Like, it's not Sancho, not good enough, bro. Just not good enough, man. He's not doing enough. Neto is the wrong type of winger for the system that we are currently playing. Neto needs a presence in the box for his crosses to connect with. Otherwise, we're wasting his best abilities. And then the other place I'll look to, Omar, is Maresca, bro. Maresca. If you know Nkunku is dead, play Neto false 9, put Nkunku in the 10. Because Nkunku is just killing our attacks. Like, if you're forced to play Nkunku, never play him in the 9 again. And this is where I struggle, because with Maresca is he's a naive manager because he's new. He's never been in the Prem, bro. And it's like, I can be upset about that, but how am I going to be upset? It's his fault that he's learning on the job. I'm looking at the ownership. They gave him the job. They knew he was inexperienced. There was, for example, the Fulham game when we were in our bad run. Fulham came back to win 2-1. We were winning 1-0, and you could tell that our players, for whatever reason, were tiring out, bro. They were dead. The Fulham manager, quick substitutions, both of his substitutions out the bench get them the goals. And Maresca was naive. He didn't make the subs, and so it was way too late. We're already chasing the game. And so I look at Maresca, but it's frustrating because I can be mad at Maresca, but to a certain extent, it's like he's doing to the best of his abilities. He just is a new manager in the Prem. This type of stuff happens to new managers in the Prem. They're a bit naive. They don't know when to make substitutions. Their reading of the game isn't at the highest level in terms of changing the game plans and the tactics and stuff like this. And then the other half, like I said, the other third that I'll say is the recruitment, bro.
Right.
Like, where is the backup for our striker? We said even going into the season, like, Jackson is a very promising player, but he's not enough to lead the line. They fumbled on Osimhen, and we got nobody else. Unacceptable.
Yep.
Fumbled on Olise, got pretty much nobody else. Unacceptable. We got no out and out goal scorers in that front line other than Palmer. And when Palmer went out of form, it's no surprise that the goals dried up. And it's a bit difficult because then Palmer starts getting into his head. I need to do hero ball, right? I need to do what I did last season. And then he's being greedy. He's not making the passes he used to. He's looking for the goal. He's looking to be the hero of the moment. And these are young players, man. They're inconsistent by nature. Their mentality isn't there. And that's a big issue. The mentality is not there. But it's difficult to give them mentality when they're kids and their manager is a young manager who hasn't been in the Prem. I think Maresca deserves more. And I'll say this just to end my segment, right?
Right.
People are asking for Poch. Would Poch have done a better job, right? Would Poch have secured his top 4? I'll say this much. Last season, people were applauding Poch for being 10th all season and finishing 6th. We are criticizing Maresca for being 2nd, falling out of the title race, and now ending up 4th. We've pretty much been top 4 the whole season.
Right.
So people need to keep that in mind when we speak about this.
It's like there's no how do I put it? It's the criticism is not unjust. It's basically very, very unjust. Not that you shouldn't criticize them, but
it's lacking a bit of context, right?
Yeah. It's not fair. It's not. They're not fair. It's not fair criticism. right?
Exactly, exactly, and that's where I'll end it because I think that summarizes a bit of what, and I think it's going to continue for the rest of the season. Like unless Jackson, and by the way, I'll say this: 3 minutes to Jackson in the second half, more than all in Kuku did in 45 minutes. He controlled the ball, spun a player, got through on goal, got a shot off. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. But Prime, I don't know if you're still there, but yeah, man, I want you to hear to give me the last word. I hope Prime is still there because sometimes he turns up.
Prime would have stepped away.
Prime, are you still there? This spot.
Oh no, there he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, obviously you guys drew against Brentford. Talk to me, bro. Like, what did you think of what RSM said, or what do you agree with, and what would you add, basically?
I agree with what he said, but I just don't really care. I just want to end the season.
That's so fair. That's so fair.
Yeah. We got Bozo sporting directors, and we've got our worst handlers. So I don't know. I just end the season, put the Champions League football and Conference League in the bag, bro.
I mean, I hear that, but yeah, man. Listen, man, this has been a very, very long show, man. Big up to every single one of you guys who turned up, man. Listen, sorry. I've done a lot of True Ballers FC, man. This is probably this is up there one of the best that I've done. But I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Good. Like, we've had everything in this episode. Like, we've had like debates, we've had the heated debates on everything, man. Listen, man, appreciate every single one of you guys for being here, man. But big up to all the guys big up to my guy, to the people who raided. Big up to Sarcasm City for the raid. Big up to my guy RSM. Big up to my guy Prime. Big up to Zeer. Big up to Steve. Big up to what's his name, Jay. Big up to Will. Big up to every single one of you guys who turned up. Link to their channels, guys, is pinned in the comments section, guys. Make sure you guys go subscribe to all of these guys, man. But yeah, man, we are gonna be closing out, man. Big up to every single one of you guys watching. Let me see who's live right now. Let me see. I'm gonna redirect to someone. Yeah, PSG INT is the only one live. All right, I'll redirect to him. Anyways, big up to every single one of you guys watching. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. This has been the 21st episode of True Ballers FC, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. Yeah, man, but yeah, I'm hella tired, man. I literally did the watch along, went to the football terrace, and then did this show. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and getting something to eat. But yeah, man. But listen, you guys actually do play in the Europa League tomorrow, right? Who are you guys playing tomorrow?
No, we're playing the conference.
Conference.
Legia Warsaw.
All right. So what are you saying? Quickly scoreline on that.
It should be a 3-0. If not, I worry you for the second leg because that stadium is really, really loud.
What about you, Prime? What are you saying, scoreline?
It's not gonna be 3-0. We'll win like 1-0 or 2-1.
All right. Prime just being Prime. We see it. But I'll say this very quickly, right?
Why is it when I predict things you say Prime?
I didn't say anything wrong, bro. I don't know why you're taking this so deep, bro.
You just said Prime being Prime. Why is that bad?
Prime, bro, you don't know what that means. I don't know why you.
I don't know what that means. That's why I asked you. What does that mean?
Yeah, you're just being you. That's what I'm saying.
But what does that mean?
You're just being you.
See, you're a fraud. You're shocked. You can't explain it.
But listen, I'll say this, right? I'll be honest, right? I do think that you guys do have a very easy path to win the Europa League. But I'll say if there's one stumbling block, is that Betis is in the Europa League, and they've actually been good in the second half of the season.
Yeah, but we won't face them until the final. Won't make a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So you guys could potentially play them in the final.
We'll get to the final. It's just that we'll play a rotated side, so that's why the games we'll play will be like not a struggle. They'll be like Copenhagen, where we'll control the game, but people will complain because we're not creating a billion chances and battering them.
Yeah. Also, Fiorentina and Betis are going to eliminate one or the other. So
yeah, that's going to be a good game. So you better hope. I mean, for your sake, I hope that you play Fiorentina, because Fiorentina, bro, they have a terrible track record in finals.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be real. I'm not worried about either of them. Just get the top.
Me neither.
All right. Anyways, but yeah, man, big up to every single one of you guys watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, guys. This video will be redirecting you guys to PSG INT. I'm sure they're doing like a podcast for their game today between PSG and Villa, guys. Go just put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. But big up to you guys, man. Peace.
Peace out. Take care, everybody. See you.
Tired.